Welcome to the fantasy audiobook. Night of Genocide. Behead Itachi and kill you, Mikoto begs for mercy. Chapter 1. Night, Uchiha clan territory. In a house at the edge. Uchiha Jun fell in a pool of blood, looking at Uchiha Itachi, who turned and left. His eyes were full of disbelief. Anger and unwillingness mixed together. Ha, 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 beast, Uchiha Itachi, you are such a beast. Uchiha Jun's heart was pierced and his throat was cut. Blood was flowing wildly. Uchiha Jun pressed his throat with his hand while panting heavily and growling with a leaky voice. Itachi took a few steps and heard Uchiha Jun scolding. His footsteps paused slightly. You who have a vision limited to one clan, how can you know my greatness? Itachi murmured softly to himself, walked away expressionlessly, and continued to the next family. Is he going to die? I'm so unwilling. Uchiha Jun was not relieved when facing death. While he was full of hatred, he couldn't help but recall his short life. He was 16 years old this year, a posthumous child and an orphan. His father died before he was born, and his mother suddenly passed away when he was 3 years old. So far, he became a wild child without a father or a mother. He grew up safely with the subsidies of the Uchiha clan. In addition, he can be regarded as a genius, although he is not as brilliant as Shisui and Itachi. But he also awakened the 3-tomo Sharingan 5 months ago. At the same time, he was promoted to Jonin, the 16-year-old 3-tomo Sharingan Jonin. Even in the Uchiha clan, he is a rare existence. In recent years, in addition to Shisui and Itachi, in the younger generation of the Uchiha clan, he is the most popular one. Especially after Shisui disappeared, he was the second person with high hopes in the Uchiha clan. He awakened the 3-tomo Sharingan at the age of 16, and he might be able to awaken the legendary Mangekyo Sharingan in the future. He also had great expectations for this. Unfortunately, Itachi did not give him time to grow up. When he was in high spirits and full of vigor, he was completely strangled. The flower has not yet bloomed, but it has already withered. Feeling the vitality constantly passing away. No matter how sad and angry Uchiha Jun was, he was powerless to revolving heaven. As time passed by second, Uchiha Jun felt that his consciousness was getting more and more blurred, and his breath was getting weaker and weaker. Just when he thought he was finally going to die, suddenly, a roar came from his mind. It was like the beginning of the world. One by one, strange and familiar scenes quickly merged into Uchiha Jun's consciousness. At the same time, a warm current overflowed from the soul and quickly spread to Uchiha Jun's body. Soon, Uchiha Jun's heart and throat, which had just been pierced by Itachi, healed rapidly under the repair of the warm current. In addition, there were countless hidden injuries of varying sizes. The deficits caused by refining chakra were also repaired one by one. His pale face quickly turned rosy. From the outflow of the warm current to Uchiha Jun's recovery, it took less than 5 seconds. It was a bit too fast. However, Uchiha Jun did not open his eyes immediately, because he was still receiving those images one by one. I don't know how long it took. He finally received all the images. Then he slowly opened his eyes. The tide is coming on the Kyontang River. Today I know who I am. It turns out that I am a time traveler. A complex look flashed in Uchiha Jun's eyes. He let out a long breath. Yes, that scene was exactly the memory of his previous life. In his previous life, he was called Wen Jun, an ordinary office worker. The day of the time travel. As usual, after overtime, he dragged his tired body back to the rental house. As a result, halfway, he was hit by a mysterious object flying from a high altitude. He was killed on the spot. The mysterious object seemed to be not an ordinary thing. After piercing his head, it turned into a stream of energy, carrying his soul through time and space, and reincarnated into this world. A two-dimensional world that he thought of in his previous life, Hokage Ninja. It seems that for some kind of protection, Wen Jun's memory was not directly integrated into the embryo that had just formed. Instead, it was sealed deep in the soul. Until Uchiha Jun was about to die. Under the stimulation of that self-protection mechanism. Just now, he had pried open the memory of his past life. At the same time, he also stimulated the ability carried by his soul, high-speed regeneration. Therefore, He could recover quickly while integrating the memory of his past life. High-speed regeneration. As the name suggests, no matter how much he was injured, he could recover quickly. It was similar to the ability of Marvel's Deadpool. Even if he was killed to the point where only some flesh and blood cells were left. But he could also recover his body in a short time. In addition to the super speed life, after the mysterious object was transformed into energy and integrated into his soul, it also brought him another magical power, time travel. However, time travel requires the power of the origin of the world. Before, when this ability took him from the real world to the Hokage ninja, it almost used up the power of the origin of the world originally stored in this magical power. So, if he wants to travel through time again, he can only accumulate the power of the origin of the world again. As for how to accumulate, the ability has already given Uchiha-jun the answer. Changing the original trajectory of the world will gain the power of the origin of the world. Moreover, the greater the change, the more power of the origin of the world you get. Uchiha-jun spent some time to understand the two magical powers brought by the soul. Then he focused his attention on his eyes. Just now, when he integrated the memories of the previous life and his body recovered rapidly, he vaguely realized that his eyes seemed to have discovered some kind of transformation. So, he guessed that he might have awakened the Mangekyo Sharingan. Missing this, Uchiha-jun skillfully poured chakra into the Sharingan. Opened the Sharingan to the maximum extent. Buzz. In an instant, Uchiha-jun's 3 Magatama Sharingan quickly turned into a 5-pointed star Kikyo seal. At this moment, Uchiha-jun felt that his eyesight had become better than ever before. His spirit and strength seemed to have undergone qualitative changes. At the same time, Mangekyo Sharingan also gave back to its owner, Uchiha-jun, information about its abilities. His Mangekyo Sharingan ability is amplification. The left eye is a limited time amplification, and the right eye is a permanent amplification. Amplification. That's just what I want, ha ha ha. Uchiha-jun stroked his eyelids and laughed. It's not time to be happy yet. That beast Uchiha Itachi is still slaughtering Uchiha. Although, the memory of the previous life has been integrated. But, Uchiha-jun did not regard himself as an outsider. Let's not talk about it. He was just pierced through the heart and throat by Itachi. Just to say, he has lived in the Uchiha clan for 16 years in this life, and has established a deep bond with the Uchiha. He naturally cannot tolerate Uchiha Itachi destroying the Uchiha clan. Thinking of this, Uchiha-jun's murderous intent was instantly connected. However, he did not rush out immediately to kill Uchiha Itachi. Instead, he prepared to give himself a wave of amplification first. As the saying goes, if you want to do your job well, you must first sharpen your tools. It will be easier to improve your strength first and then deal with Itachi. Permanent amplification seems to be the same as permanent distinguished heavenly gods. After using it, it takes a long time to recover. I don't know if my high-speed regeneration can change this phenomenon. Uchiha-jun muttered to himself. The information that Mangekyo Sharingan just sent back to him made him understand that permanent amplification is powerful, but it is not without cost. After using it, it takes a long time to use it again. Therefore, before he was sure whether high-speed regeneration could help him shorten the use time of permanent amplification ability, he was very cautious about the first self-amplification. Which one should be amplified first? Ninjutsu, Genjutsu, Taijutsu, Comprehension, Chakra. Well, let's just say Chakra. Because he will have to fight Itachi next. So, the one he chooses at this time must be the one that helps him the most. Ninjutsu, Genjutsu, and Taijutsu are of great help to him in the next battle. But Itachi is not an ordinary opponent. After he activates Susanoo, general techniques can no longer play a big role. Even if it is amplified 10 times, it may not be useful. And although comprehension is good, if it is normal, Uchiha-jun may choose it at the first time. But now, he is about to face a big battle. Comprehension is of limited use at this time. After Uchiha-jun thought about it, I think the amount of chakra is still the most helpful to him at this time. After all, when both of them can activate Susanoo, the one with more chakra will undoubtedly have a stronger, more powerful and more durable Susanoo. Thinking of this, Uchiha-jun no longer hesitated. directly applied permanent amplification to his own chakra. As the 5-pointed star Kikyo seal on Uchiha Jun's right eye flashed a red light. With a boom, a terrifying blue flame erupted from Uchiha Jun's body, making Uchiha Jun like a Super Saiyan. The energy is full and overflowing. So strong, feeling the abundant chakra in his body. A burst of exclamation. If, before awakening the Mangekyo Sharingan, Uchiha Jun only had 2 cards Kakashi of chakra. Then, after awakening the Mangekyo Sharingan, he had about 7 cards of chakra in his body. Now after the permanent amplification of chakra. At this time, the amount of chakra in his body is at least more than 70 cards. It has increased tenfold. This amount of chakra may not be as good as Nine Tails Jinchuriki Naruto, but it is also far more than the average cage-level strongman. Itachi can't compare with it at all. However, he also knows. In ninja battles, the amount of chakra is never important. 10 times the increase, if calculated according to the normal ratio, my permanent increase Mangekyo should have a blank period of 10 years and cannot be used. However, I can feel that under the repair of high-speed regeneration, the pupil power of the permanent increase Hanamatsuri is recovering rapidly. According to this speed, if nothing unexpected happens, it should be able to be used normally tomorrow. After using the permanent increase Mangekyo, the ability of high-speed regeneration will actively flow into the Mangekyo Sharingan in the right eye. It quickly repairs the deficit of the permanent increase Mangekyo. After a recalculation, Uchiha Jun got a result that made him happy. At this time, the Uchiha clan was in dire straits. Uchiha Jun did not fall into the joy of the surge in strength. He quickly came to his senses. 30 years in the east, 30 years in the west, Uchiha Itachi, you beast, since you have immune to death me, it's your turn to die. After saying that, Uchiha Jun rushed out of the house. He rushed towards Uchiha Itachi. More than 100 meters away from Uchiha Jun's house. Another house. Itachi had just killed a family of 5. A 50-year-old mother. A 27-year-old young man. A 25-year-old young woman. A 5-year-old child. And a baby who was not even a month old. Or, killing a baby who was not even a month old was the greatest mercy in this world. But, in fact, people who do this are beasts without humanity. Itachi simply landed and killed the 5 members of the family. Without even a glance, he turned around and left, prepared to go to the next family. However, when he just walked out of the door of the house, a figure quickly rushed over. Uchiha Itachi, you beast, die. The person who came was Uchiha Jun, who shouted loudly. He also quickly formed a seal. Fire-style Haohulong technique. With sufficient chakra released, a giant flaming dragon of several dozen meters long appeared, rushing towards Uchiha Itachi. Uchiha Jun, you are not dead. A flash of surprise flashed in Itachi's eyes. At the same time, his hands quickly formed seals. Fire-style Haohulong technique. As the technique was completed, a giant flaming dragon that was no weaker than the one released by Uchiha Jun erupted from Itachi's mouth. Boom! 2 giant flaming dragons collided. A huge explosion was directly generated. The flames instantly engulfed the area of several dozen meters. It was not until several seconds later that the flames dissipated. Only a giant pit of more than 10 meters and a ruin of a destroyed house were left on the ground. At the same time, all the people of the Uchiha clan who had not been killed were frightened by the loud noise at this time. Many people ran out of the house. What's going on? It seems that someone is fighting in the clan land. Could it be Sarutobi Hiruzen and others who are coming to kill us? Don't talk nonsense about things that are uncertain. Let's go and take a look first. After the Uchiha clan members met. After a discussion, they rushed over here. After Itachi blocked Uchiha Jun's attack, he also realized that something was wrong. His face sank slightly. Not good, it alarmed everyone. No, we have to fight quickly. Thinking, Itachi shouted to the void. Madara, please stop the others for me, I will deal with Uchiha Jun first. At this time, the void twisted. Then a masked man appeared out of thin air on the roof not far from Itachi. Next time, hit harder. Obito glanced at Itachi and said indifferently. Although I don't know how he survived, this kind of thing will not happen again. Itachi said in a deep voice. Okay, Obito responded. Then he looked at Uchiha-jun with interest. He was very curious about how Uchiha-jun could recover without using Izanagi even though his heart and throat were pierced. However, he also knew the seriousness of the matter. He did not waste words with Uchiha-jun. He directly used Kamui and disappeared on the spot to stop the Uchiha tribesmen who were gathering. Since you survived, why don't you run away? After Obito left, Itachi didn't act immediately, because he was very confident in his own strength. He was confident that it would only take a moment to deal with Uchiha-jun. He would not waste any time. How arrogant, Uchiha-jun sneered. You are not qualified to let me escape. On the contrary, I will beat you to death next. You are a frog in the well, arrogant. Although I don't know how you survived, it doesn't matter. Since you don't run away, then stay forever. There will never be a second chance to escape from death. At this point, Itachi was no longer interested in communicating with Uchiha-jun. He attacked Uchiha-jun directly. Several shurikens flew towards Uchiha-jun from different angles. Uchiha-jun did not say a word and directly pulled out the kunai tied to his thigh and cut off all the shurikens that were shot. On the other side, Itachi came to Uchiha-jun at a high speed while Uchiha-jun was busy cutting off the shurikens. The Sharingan of the three Magatama quickly transformed into a sickle-shaped Mangekyo. Tsukuyomi. Itachi did not perform any other illusions. He used the Mangekyo Sharingan right away. Because he knew very well that even the strongest ordinary illusion, the magical technique, would not be able to quickly deal with a genius ninja who had opened the three-tomo Sharingan. Although Uchiha-jun's talent was not as good as his and Shisui's. But he also knew Uchiha-jun's ability, so he used a big move right away. The world was spinning. When Uchiha-jun came to his senses, he suddenly realized he was pulled into a gloomy, bloody, and ominous space. Moreover, he was placed on a cross and could not move. He knew that this was Itachi's Tsukuyomi. Welcome to my Tsukuyomi world. 3 days and 3 nights here are only equivalent to 1 second outside. We have plenty of time to play slowly. I hope you can stick to it, Itachi said coldly. Then, in this Tsukuyomi space, a black iron rod condensed out of thin air. Without saying a word, he stabbed Uchiha-jun directly. Amplification illusion resolution. At the moment Itachi made his move, Uchiha-jun also opened the Mangekyo Sharingan. Under the imposition of the limited time amplification, Uchiha-jun's illusion resolution instantly exploded with 10 times the power of normal conditions. Uchiha-jun originally possessed the Mangekyo Sharingan. His resistance to illusions was far superior to that of ordinary people. Now the power has been amplified 10 times to force it to break. Itachi's Tsukuyomi could not be maintained at all. It was torn apart by Uchiha-jun with an absolutely strong attitude. How is it possible? You actually awakened the Mangekyo Sharingan too. At the moment when Tsukuyomi broke, Itachi's Tsukuyomi eye was backfired. Like a needle prick, Itachi suddenly covered the eye and exclaimed, I was able to awaken the Mangekyo Sharingan entirely thanks to you. If it weren't for your 2 swords, I don't know how long it would take for me to awaken. Uchiha-jun said, and he had already come to Itachi. He moved as fast as lightning, and quickly and fiercely grabbed Itachi's eyes. Amaterasu. Itachi's reaction was very fast. Although the eye of Tsukuyomi was painful, he still saw through Uchiha-jun's intention. Without thinking, he directly released Amaterasu. Uchiha-jun also saw through Itachi's movements. He quickly used the limited time amplification to increase his own speed. At the moment when the fire of Amaterasu was ignited, disappeared on the spot, Susanoo. Just as Itachi wanted to kill Uchiha-jun, Uchiha-jun also wanted to kill Itachi. So, he didn't hide it. After finding an opportunity to attack, he released Susanoo without hesitation. In an instant, a golden Susanoo that was more than 10 meters tall suddenly appeared. Bones, muscles, armor. Under the generous infusion of chakra and pupil power by Uchiha-jun, Susanoo directly passed the weakest skeletal form and entered the complete upper body. Under the control of Uchiha-jun, a punch suddenly hit Itachi. Boom! Although Itachi saw through Uchiha-jun's attack, unfortunately, he failed to dodge. In the end, he was hit hard and flew 100 meters away. It pierced through several houses in a row. The noise of Susanoo's blow to Itachi was too loud. It instantly attracted the attention of countless people. Everyone looked at the golden Susanoo. Their hearts trembled. At this moment, something in their bodies seemed to have awakened. What is that? A little Uchiha asked in surprise. It's Susanoo, the power that Sharingan has after it evolves into Mangekyo Sharingan. An older Uchiha looked at this scene, his voice almost trembling with excitement. Since Uchiha Madara, it seems that someone in their Uchiha has awakened Mangekyo Sharingan again. What? Is this the legendary Susanoo? The ultimate power of Sharingan? Ha ha ha, it's right. This is Susanoo, and finally someone in our Uchiha has awakened Mangekyo Sharingan again. We Uchiha are finally going to have a turnaround. Let's go over and meet him and see who he is. The Uchiha people became more and more excited. They quickened their pace and walked towards Susanoo. Halfway through, Obito, who was about to stop the Uchiha people, looked at this scene halfway and frowned directly. Golden Susanoo. This chakra doesn't seem to be Itachi's. Could it be that the guy has also awakened Mangekyo Sharingan? Obito muttered to himself. At this time, the black-white Zetsu appeared in front of him and reported, Madara, the white Zetsu over there sent information saying that Uchiha-jun has also awakened Mangekyo Sharingan. Itachi is being suppressed by Uchiha-jun. The situation seems a little bad. Madara, what should we do next? There is an anomaly. Obito's eyes sank slightly, and he felt that things were a bit tricky. Don't rush to do it, hide first and see the situation before making a decision. Are we not going to stop that group of Uchiha? Zetsu asked. No need, Obito said in a deep voice. If it was just to stop it, he could still do it. But now, Itachi obviously couldn't deal with Uchiha-jun who also awakened Mangekyo Sharingan in a short time. It was completely meaningless for him to stop the people of the Uchiha clan. In that case, then simply don't stop him. In the final analysis, this war of extermination, Obito just wants to take advantage. He can help a little, but he must not be dragged down completely. Although, he also wants to destroy Uchiha. Besides, in this play, Itachi and the Konoha high-level officials are the dominant ones. If something unexpected really happens, Itachi and the Konoha high-level officials are the ones who are really anxious. Not him. Leaning against the wall that was broken like a spider web, Itachi spit out a mouthful of blood. Uchiha-jun's attack just now caught him off guard. He activated Susanoo when he was flying backwards. Although the damage caused by crashing through several walls was blocked by Susanoo. However, the damage caused by Uchiha-jun's initial punch still broke several bones. All his internal organs seemed to have suffered some trauma. Blocked. 100 meters away, the golden Susanoo looked at Itachi who was holding up the red Susanoo and raised his eyebrows. He directly drew out the mountain-splitting axe, the weapon of the golden Susanoo. He rushed towards Itachi. Yellow Weasel, die. At this time, Uchiha-jun really hated Itachi from the bottom of his heart. He didn't even want to call him by his real name. He directly gave him an indecent nickname. At the moment of approaching, he decisively swung the axe and chopped it towards Itachi. Yata Mirror. Itachi looked at the attacking Uchiha-jun. Without any hesitation, he directly showed the divine weapon Yata Mirror carried by his Susanoo. In an instant, the golden giant axe cut through the void and chopped down the red Yata Mirror fiercely. With a loud bang, a violent energy burst out, instantly destroying several houses around. And Itachi's red Susanoo also retreated 4 or 5 steps under the powerful blow of Uchiha-jun. If someone carefully observed, they would find that at that moment, the Yata Mirror seemed to have been chopped into several cracks. However, under the continuous input of Itachi's chakra, it soon disappeared. The red Susanoo of Itachi was chopped back with one blow. Uchiha-jun did not stop there. Instead, he quickly pressed forward and attacked again. Bang, bang, bang. 3 axes in a row. One axe was faster than the other. For a moment, Itachi's red Susanoo could only parry and had no room for counterattack. He was beaten back repeatedly. Yata Mirror, after resisting 3 axes in a row, could no longer remain intact. Cracks spread across the entire mirror. If Itachi hadn't been outputting chakra to maintain it, it is estimated that it would have been torn into pieces. However, even so, Yata Mirror is also in danger. It is estimated that another blow, it will completely smash the entire Yata Mirror. Watching this scene, Uchiha-jun did not hesitate at all. He used his strength again and swung the giant axe towards the Yata mirror. Watching this scene, Itachi's face did not fluctuate at all. At this moment, Uchiha-jun might only need one axe to break his Yata mirror. But he was actually accumulating strength, waiting for the opportunity to counterattack. The 3 consecutive attacks of the Golden Susanoo were indeed fierce and suppressed him so that he could not resist. However, the Golden Susanoo's combo was only 3 times. After 3 strikes, even though the Golden Susanoo's attack was still very fast. But, it was not connected with the previous 3 strikes. There was a pause in between. Just like that, but it also gave Itachi a chance to counterattack. When the giant axe chopped down with unparalleled power, Itachi also controlled the red Susanoo and quickly swung out the 10-fisted sword. I saw a red sword river, slashing at a rapid speed. Inside the Golden Susanoo, Uchiha-jun raised his eyebrows. Want to lose both sides? No, although Yata mirror is in danger, it still has some defense. The giant axe may be able to break it with 1 strike, but after breaking Yata mirror, the giant axe may no longer be able to break his Susanoo. And the 10-fisted sword is one of the 3 sacred weapons, and its power is not weak. I am afraid that 1 strike can break my Susanoo. This is a life or death situation. But things may not go as you wish. Uchiha-jun sneered. Amplify defense by 10 times. In a flash, Uchiha-jun directly increased the defense of the Golden Susanoo by 10 times. The axe continued to move forward. It struck the Yata mirror fiercely. Crack, boom, the Yata mirror, one of the 3 sacred artifacts, was completely shattered. It turned into tiny crystal fragments and disappeared into the sky and earth. Then, the giant axe quickly chopped down Itachi's red Susanoo. Itachi had long expected that the Yata mirror could not withstand Uchiha-jun's attack. At the moment when the Yata mirror was shattered, the arm holding the mirror, which controlled the red Susanoo, resisted the attack of the giant axe. Although the giant axe was blocked by the red Susanoo, it penetrated 3 feet into the flesh. But it was still unable to completely cut off the entire arm of the red Susanoo. It was completely frozen there. And Itachi's 10-fisted sword had already swung at Uchiha-jun's Golden Susanoo. Sparks flashed in an instant. The red sword river turned and cut, but it was still unable to break Uchiha-jun's Golden Susanoo. What? Looking at this scene, Itachi's face suddenly changed. How could this happen? Why is your Susanoo defense so strong? At this moment, Itachi could no longer remain calm and cried out. You know, this is the 10-fist sword. One of the 3 sacred artifacts. It actually failed to break Uchiha-jun's Golden Susanoo. This is too unreasonable. Ha, you are dumbfounded. But I don't have the heart to solve your confusion. Uchiha-jun sneered. Retracting the giant axe, he chopped at Itachi's red Susanoo again. Die, weasel. As a sacred artifact, Yata mirror was broken at this time, and it was difficult to condense it again in a short time. Itachi without Yata mirror. In Uchiha-jun's eyes, it was just a cattle and sheep to be slaughtered. However, Itachi did not sit and wait for death. Quickly condensed a chakra sword for the red Susanoo. At the same time, he waved the 10-fist sword and continued to attack Uchiha-jun's Golden Susanoo. Susanoo has 10 times the defense. There is also high-speed regeneration. Even if Itachi can break the Susanoo defense, Uchiha-jun is not afraid that Itachi can kill him. He doesn't take Itachi's counterattack seriously at all. Boom! The chakra katana Itachi had casually condensed was smashed into pieces by the axe with absolute strength at the moment it blocked the giant axe. Then, the axe was still powerful. It chopped down Itachi's red Susanoo fiercely. Itachi's red Susanoo was like paper under the axe. It was directly chopped apart. At the critical moment, Itachi narrowly avoided the falling axe blade. Boom! The axe blade touched the ground, and instantly split a 100-meter-long crack on the ground. Before Itachi could catch his breath, Uchiha-jun once again controlled Susanoo to sweep towards Itachi. The huge axe body was surging with force. Itachi had no time to dodge. Boom! Itachi was hit directly by the axe body. The whole person flew out like a cannonball. For a moment, he crashed through several houses again, flying more than 100 meters away. Uchiha-jun did not stop there, but chose to beat the fallen dog and kill him while he was weak. However, in a short moment, he came to Itachi. At this time, Itachi was in a very miserable state. Blood dyed half of his body red. Dust covered his face. His hair was messy. The whole person was lying in the ruins. He could not stand up for a long time. Yellow Weasel Wolf, you are worse than pigs and dogs, a heartless thing. Calling you a beast is an insult to beasts. At least, crows know to repay their parents, and lambs know to kneel down to suckle. But you have fallen into depravity and become Sarutobi Hiruzen's hot dog, holding up the butcher knife against your own people. Those tribesmen you killed are waiting for you on the road to the underworld. You should go down and accompany them to finish this journey. After Uchiha Jun said this, he was about to kill Itachi. Listening to Uchiha Jun's words and looking at the happy giant axe, Itachi's face was ferocious and excited. What do you know? You are a narrow-minded racist. You have always seen only one clan and considered only one clan. Clan. You are narrow-minded. Do you know how difficult the village is? Have you ever considered the village? You know nothing. What qualifications do you have to blame me? Everything I do is for the village. Humph, you talk so great, but you are just moving yourself. A person who doesn't even love his own clan, family, and parents, will he love the village? Do you think anyone will believe what such a person says? Uchiha Jun sneered. Sarutobi Hiruzen said that you had the thinking of a Hokage at the age of 7. Ha, what kind of Hokage thinking is that? You just put yourself in the perspective of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Are you considering the problem from the fundamental interests of the entire Konoha? No, you are considering it from the perspective of Sarutobi Hiruzen. Hiruzen's interests. You think you are very smart, but in fact, you are just a fool who has been fooled by Sarutobi Hiruzen from beginning to end. What qualifications do you have to say such things here? Quote. Uchiha Jun finished speaking, and was too lazy to listen to Itachi's self-indulgent nonsense. The golden axe in Susanoo's hand fell directly towards Itachi. Bang! The giant axe hit Itachi. There was no bloodline at all. Itachi turned into a ball of white smoke. Shadow clone. Uchiha Jun raised his eyebrows. At this moment, a figure emerged from the soil under Susanoo. He slashed at Uchiha Jun's neck quickly and fiercely with a short sword in his hand. Uchiha Jun's pupils shrank slightly. Amplification 10 times the speed. In an instant, Uchiha Jun took back Susanoo. Transferred the amplification power to his own speed. Although, continuous use of amplification is extremely burdensome. But with high-speed regeneration repair, Uchiha Jun's vision is not a problem at all. Even his physical strength and chakra are terribly abundant. In a flash of lightning, Uchiha Jun narrowly avoided Itachi's attack. Then, he started a white knife point with Itachi. Then, relying on 10 times the speed to suppress Itachi, he kicked Itachi out with one foot. Amaterasu. At the moment Itachi flew backwards, he released another Amaterasu at Uchiha Jun. Uchiha Jun's reaction was very fast. At the moment when the Amaterasu fire appeared out of thin air, he had already moved more than 10 meters away. Afterwards, he threw out several shurikens. Itachi, who was flying backwards, was nailed to a wall. Without saying anything, he flew towards Itachi at the fastest speed. Goodbye, Weasel. At the moment when Uchiha Jun approached Itachi, he did not hesitate at all. He decisively waved the kunai and slashed towards Itachi's neck. Stop. At this moment, suddenly, a loud shout came from a distance. The person who spoke was the patriarch of the Uchiha clan, Itachi's father, Uchiha Fugaku. He walked out after hearing the noise, just like everyone else. At first, when he saw the golden Susanoo, he was still very happy. But then a red Susanoo appeared. The two Susanoos fought desperately. They were shocked and worried at the same time. So, Fugaku led everyone to speed up and rush over here. So, there was this scene now. Uchiha Jun naturally heard Uchiha Fugaku's shout, but he did not stop. He sneered in his heart, and the kunai in his hand directly passed through Itachi's neck and directly broke Itachi's throat. Puff! For a moment, a lot of blood gushed out from Itachi's neck. Itachi. Looking at this scene, Fugaku couldn't help but exclaimed. Looking at this scene in disbelief. He had clearly shouted to stop. Why, Itachi was still killed. Uchiha Jun, I told you to stop, didn't you hear it? Why did you still do it? At this time, Uchiha Fugaku had seen Uchiha Jun's appearance clearly, and naturally recognized his identity. At this time, he did not look at Uchiha Jun with a new look because he opened Susanoo. Instead, he stared at him murderously. Uchiha Itachi rebelled and wielded the butcher knife against his own people. I am also a victim. Why can't I kill him back? Uchiha Jun turned his head and looked at Uchiha Fugaku, and said coldly. What? The Uchiha people who rushed over suddenly changed their faces when they heard Uchiha Jun's words. It's just nonsense. I know Itachi very well. How could he do such a thing? But you, Uchiha Jun, when did you open the Mangekyo Sharingan? Maybe you attacked your own people in order to open the Mangekyo Sharingan, but Itachi found out and came to stop you. You were afraid that the matter would be exposed, so you simply killed him and put all the dirty water on him. Fugaku said with hatred and murderous intent. As expected of the clan leader, you are confusing right and wrong and talking nonsense. Uchiha Jun looked at Fugaku and sneered. Then, he looked at the great elder Uchiha Satsuna next to him. Great elder, what do you think? Instantly, everyone's eyes turned to Uchiha Satsuna. They wanted to hear what he had to say. Compared to Itachi, I trust Jun more. Jun is a good boy. He is always proud of his family. But Itachi and Shisui were brainwashed by Sarutobi Hiruzen's will of fire. Compared to their clan members, they are closer to the top leaders of Konoha. Satsuna looked at Jun with appreciation and said. That makes sense. Everyone recalled the characters of Itachi and Uchiha Jun when they heard this. Itachi didn't like his own people. All of this was obvious to all. Although Uchiha Jun was not a hawk, he was always proud of Uchiha and got along very well with his clan members. Compared to what Fugaku said, Uchiha Jun was stopped by Itachi when he killed someone. They were more inclined to believe that Itachi raised the butcher knife against his own clan members. After all, the contradiction between Uchiha and the top leaders of Konoha was already irreconcilable. The Uchiha clan seemed to be able to launch a coup at any time. It is impossible for the Konoha high-level officials not to react. And Itachi worked in Anbu and had always obeyed the orders of Sarutobi Hiruzen. It is not impossible that Sarutobi Hiruzen asked Itachi to raise the butcher knife against Uchiha. Fugaku heard Uchiha's words and looked at the reactions of the crowd. He was so angry that his face turned blue and red. He immediately changed the subject. We have never known the truth of the matter. Itachi is not dead yet. The most important thing now is to rescue Itachi. When the time comes, we will slowly find out the truth. It will never be too late. Although Itachi's throat was broken. But the life of a ninja is always a little more tenacious than that of an ordinary person. At this time, Itachi is still not dead. So, Fugaku felt that if the rescue was timely, it might not be impossible to rescue him. Yes. Upon hearing this, the ninja of Fugaku's lineage immediately walked towards Itachi, prepared to rescue Itachi. However, Uchiha Jun stood in front of Itachi and cooperatively. Uchiha Jun, what are you doing? Fugaku stared at Uchiha Jun with red eyes and shouted angrily. Uchiha Itachi has betrayed the family and raised the butcher knife against the clan members. He is a sinner and deserves death. In addition, Itachi has already taken action. Chief Fugaku thinks that Sarutobi Hiruzen and others will stop their actions. Perhaps, at this time, the entire Konoha army has surrounded the Uchiha clan. At this time, my Uchiha clan has reached the most dangerous moment, and you are still so leisurely. As soon as Uchiha Jun finished speaking, everyone's faces changed. Before they heard Uchiha Jun's words, they didn't feel anything. Now they heard Uchiha Jun's words. They only felt a chill rising rapidly from the soles of their feet to their foreheads. However, Fugaku didn't react at all. His face was extremely gloomy. What Konoha's high-level army surrounded Uchiha? I didn't see it. You said Uchiha is in a critical moment. It's simply alarmist. Uchiha Jun, I think you just want to create panic and change the subject. You just want to kill Itachi. You have a poisonous heart. Uchiha Fugaku angrily scolded Uchiha Jun. Get out of my way, otherwise, I will be rude to you. It seems that in the heart of Chief Fugaku, the safety of our Uchiha clan is far less important than you, the big boy who betrayed the family and raised the butcher knife against the clan members. Uchiha Jun narrowed his eyes slightly. With a sneer, the weasel is dead today. I say, even if it's you, the chief of the Fugaku clan, you can't save him. Looking at Uchiha Jun and Uchiha Fugaku who were confronting each other. The Uchiha clan members were completely confused. How could this happen? They believed Uchiha Jun's words a little. But, Uchiha Fugaku's words seemed to make some sense. For a moment, they didn't know what to do. Looking for death. As the chief of the clan, I declare that Uchiha Jun killed his own clan members, which is unforgivable. Come on, take him down. Uchiha Fugaku shouted loudly. He has been the chief of the clan for more than 10 years. Although his ability is mediocre. But, he still has some prestige in Uchiha. Besides, he has been running Uchiha for so many years, and he has also gathered a lot of loyal friends. These people heard Uchiha Fugaku's order. Immediately launched an attack on Uchiha Jun. Get out of my way. Uchiha Jun immediately activated Susanoo. He swung the golden axe. He slapped away all those who attacked him. He then turned his gaze to Uchiha Fugaku. Uchiha Fugaku, as the head of the clan, you can't lead Uchiha out of the predicament. Under your leadership, the Uchiha clan has split into 3 factions. Doves, Hawks, and Centrists. You often waver between coups and compromises, without any stance or achievements. Your actions over the years you have been in charge of the Uchiha clan have all demonstrated your incompetence. As a father, you also failed to teach your son well. A series of seemingly smart but extremely stupid educations pushed him completely to Sarutobi Hiruzen's side, making him willing to wield the butcher knife against his own clan members. Now, you dare to confuse right and wrong here, barking wildly. Your son, a beast, is really unlucky for the Uchiha clan to have a clan leader like you. In that case, today, I will clean up the mess. If you can't lead Uchiha out of the predicament, let me do it. If you can't revive the glory of Uchiha, let me do it. Uchiha Jun shouted. At the same time, he was controlling Susanoo and walking towards Uchiha Fugaku. Since Fugaku is so ungrateful, why must he find trouble with him at this time? Then he might as well just end it all and kill Fugaku, the incompetent clan leader. The Uchiha clan was exterminated, although it was a decision made by the top leaders and Itachi. However, during this period, there was also the inaction of Fugaku, the clan leader. He is not good at anything and is just occupying the toilet without doing anything. It can be said that the entire Uchiha clan, except Itachi and Shisui, Uchiha Jun hates Uchiha Fugaku the most, since he has given him the opportunity. If I don't send him off, it would be a shame for such a good opportunity. HMPH, Uchiha Jun, your wolfish ambitions can no longer be hidden. You did so much just to launch a coup and seize power. Why do you have to make such a grandiose statement? Do you think that you can do whatever you want with just a pair of Mangekyo Sharingan? You are too naive. Today, I will let you know that there are always people who are better than you, and awakening the Mangekyo Sharingan is actually nothing big. Said. Uchiha Fugaku directly showed his Mangekyo Sharingan. A purple chakra giant quickly condensed. It enveloped Fugaku. The situation of the 2 Susanos confronting each other was reproduced again. For a moment, all the people of the Uchiha clan were in an uproar. So, Chief Fugaku has also awakened the Sharingan. But why didn't he show it before? What on earth do you want to do by hiding it? Now, you don't hide it when you're dealing with your own people. These words are almost all complaints from the Hawks. Fugaku has the Mangekyo Sharingan, but he never showed it when Uchiha was bullied by the Konoha high-level officials. Now, he is actively using it to deal with his own people. They are very dissatisfied. Humph, what kind of bullshit are you talking about? Chief Fugaku didn't show it before, but he just wanted to preserve his strength. Now that Shun has done such an excessive thing, it's meaningless for Chief Fugaku to hide it. It's reasonable to show it now. These words are naturally from the doves, or the rebuttal of Fugaku's direct subordinates. Come on, Chief Fugaku is the kind of incompetent chief who is submissive to the outside world but aggressive at home. If he is really that powerful, why didn't he dare to fight Sarutobi Hiruzen and others when we Uchiha were bullied by the Konoha high-level officials? Say something for our Uchiha clan. Quote. For the quarrels within the Uchiha clan. Uchiha Jun completely ignored it. Sneered, what a pity, Chief Fugaku, you have hidden the Mangekyo Sharingan for so long. It has never been used externally, but now it is used to fight against the same family. Humph, it is also used to suppress rebellious people, which is also its meaning. Fugaku snorted coldly. Then you should start with your beastly son, the weasel. Uchiha Jun sneered. Itachi has always been my pride. I don't believe he attacked his own people. Moreover, I didn't see him attack his own people, but I saw you disrespecting the inferiors, disobeying orders, and attacking your own people. Uchiha Jun, you deserve to die. Fugaku snorted coldly. Tisk. Hearing Fugaku's words, Uchiha Jun was too lazy to argue with him, because he knew that he could never wake up a person who pretended to be asleep. In fact, with Fugaku's ability, it would be easy to find out who attacked his people between him and Itachi. There is no need to check. Only some simple reasoning is needed to draw a conclusion. But he just refused to admit it. He had to protect his good son. Uchiha Jun manipulated the golden Susanoo, and without saying a word, he swung the giant axe and chopped towards Fugaku's purple Susanoo. Facing Uchiha Jun's attack, Fugaku was not to be outdone, and also manipulated the purple Susanoo to swing two samurai swords, one to block the giant axe, and the other to slash at Uchiha Jun's Susanoo. Boom! For a while, the two Susanoos fiercely tore into a ball. Because, when Uchiha Jun manipulated the golden Susanoo to walk towards Fugaku, he had already given his Susanoo 10 times the defense. Therefore, Fugaku could not break the defense of the golden Susanoo. And his samurai sword that blocked the giant axe was chopped into pieces on the spot by the giant axe in an instant. The giant axe was so powerful that it broke into two halves along with his Susanoo. Although Fugaku avoided the falling giant axe in time. But, for a while, he was also forced into a very embarrassing situation. What did you just say? There are always people who are better than you, and there are always people who are better than you. Uchiha Jun sneered. Another axe was chopped towards Fugaku. Fugaku's pupils shrank suddenly. He quickly dodged to the side. He dodged Uchiha Jun's axe in a panic. Boom! The giant axe fell to the ground. It directly split a 100-meter gap. It was still extending outward. At this time, the other hand of the golden Susanoo. Under the continuous supply of chakra by Uchiha Jun, a mace was quickly condensed. With a strong whistling sound of wind, it smashed towards Fugaku quickly and fiercely. Bang! This time, Fugaku failed to dodge successfully. He was hit by the mace. Fugaku's whole face was distorted in an instant. The whole person flew out like a cannonball, shot through countless houses in a row. To eliminate all evil, Uchiha Jun did not choose to stop. Instead, he controlled the golden Susanoo and flew towards Fugaku. Oh no, Jun wants to kill Chief Fugaku. Great Elder, let's stop Jun. Yes, Chief Fugaku may be wrong, but we can't let him be killed by Jun. Uchiha's eyes flickered. Compared to Uchiha Fugaku, he obviously prefers Uchiha Jun, who gave him many surprises. Not to mention his decisiveness in killing. His strength is so strong. Itachi and Fugaku undoubtedly awakened Mangekyo Sharingan earlier than him. However, whether it was Itachi or Fugaku, they couldn't even last a few rounds against Uchiha Jun. He was so fierce. He had a strong personality, means and strength. If Uchiha was led by Uchiha Jun, maybe he could change the cowardly situation. Thinking of this, Uchiha Setsuna said calmly, "We haven't awakened Mangekyo Sharingan, how can we stop them?" Although Fugaku was knocked away, he is still very strong. Let's see the situation first. How is Itachi? Itachi also awakened Mangekyo Sharingan. If he really died, then he would leave a pair of Mangekyo. Perhaps they can get some benefits from it. So, the Uchiha tribe heard what Uchiha Setsuna said. For a moment, their eyes turned to Itachi. However, just as everyone gathered around to observe Itachi's situation, Itachi, who was originally dying, his body suddenly became transparent and illusory. As this Izanagi, the second elder, the dove leader of Uchiha, exclaimed. What? So, Itachi wasted a Mangekyo Sharingan. What a pity. The fourth elder of the centrist faction didn't finish the word, la. Itachi instantly appeared in front of him. He raised his hand and swung his sword. He killed the four elders of the middle faction at lightning speed. What about that? Everyone looked at this sudden change. Their faces suddenly changed. However, at this time, Itachi's figure flashed again, and he came to the third elder of the Fugaku faction. Swung the short sword again. The third elder was caught off guard. He was full of holes. Under Mangekyo's insight, Itachi easily found a weakness that the third elder could not take care of. Easily killed the third elder. Puff. For a moment, the sky was stained with blood. Itachi, what are you doing? The second elder screamed in shock. This attack by Itachi completely awakened the Uchiha people. Can't you see it? Itachi has betrayed. So, everything Shun said is true. Itachi, this fool betrayed the family and raised the butcher knife to the tribe members. It's like this, and there are still fakes. Itachi, how dare he do such a heartless thing? Kill him for me. The Uchiha clan screamed in unison. Itachi had a blank expression on his face and continued to look for his next target. Magic Jag Hang Technique. Itachi used the Mangekyo Sharingan that Susanoo sacrificed, which was the Eye of Amaterasu. The Eye of Tsukuyomi was still there. At this time, he used the Mangekyo-level Tsukuyomi Sharingan to cast an illusion on the second elder. The second elder was instantly pulled into the illusion. At this time, Itachi himself came quickly from a distance. With a sharp move, the knife fell. He directly killed the second elder. Second elder. Although, Uchiha Setsuna was very displeased with this dovish second elder. He even had the idea of killing him many times. But when the second elder was really killed by Itachi in front of him, he still couldn't help but feel angry. He even felt a sense of coldness in the heart. Fire-style Great Fire Extinguishing. Uchiha Setsuna quickly released a B-level ninjutsu. In the original work, Madara used this ninjutsu with the power of an S-level ninjutsu. But Uchiha Setsuna didn't have that ability. But in an instant, he released a ball of flames that was tens of meters wide. The flames rushed towards Uchiha Itachi. Other Uchiha clan ninjas saw this. They also joined the siege of Uchiha Itachi. Fire-style Great Fireball Technique. Fire-style Great Fire Dragon Technique. Fire-style Great Fire Extinguishment. For a moment, countless flames submerged Itachi. Itachi, that fool, should be buried in the sea of fire. I don't know, but he has awakened the Sharingan. Although one of them was sacrificed, he still can't be underestimated. Be careful. Everyone heard this and didn't dare to relax. They looked at Uchiha Itachi, who was submerged in flames, with vigilance. Time ticked by. After a few seconds, the flames dissipated. The smoke and dust disappeared. A red Susanoo wrapped around the intact Itachi appeared in front of everyone. Not dead, still alive. With only one eye left, he can still open the Mangekyo eye. How is this possible? The Uchiha clan was shocked by this scene. They didn't know. Once, Shisui also relied on a Sharingan to open Susanoo 99. Escaped from Danzo's ambush. Successful. At this time, Itachi also secretly breathed a sigh of relief. Before opening Susanoo, he was not very sure. He just thought of Shisui, who opened Susanoo with one eye when facing Danzo's attack. So, he just gave it a try. Unexpectedly, it really succeeded. After opening Susanoo, Itachi's confidence surged again. He swept his eyes fiercely over the Uchiha people. For a moment, many people in the Uchiha clan were shocked. Uchiha Setsuna looked at this scene and immediately shouted, Itachi, who has activated Susanoo, is not someone we can deal with. Go and call Jun. Understood. An Uchiha tribesman responded. He immediately flew towards Uchiha Jun and Fugaku. However, at this moment, a flaming sword energy swept across the sky. The man was cut in half on the spot. Iron Molten. Kill him. Fire style Hao Huo Long Technique. Fire style Hao Mie Mie K. Quote. For a moment, the raging flames engulfed Itachi and his Susanoo. To this, Itachi just sneered. His Susanoo seemed to have a strong resistance to fire. Moreover, his weapon, the 10-fist sword, was also of fire attribute. The flames did not cause him any harm. It would even become his food supply. Collect. Under Itachi's control, the 10-fist sword turned directly into a gourd. He sucked the raging flames fiercely. In 3 or 5 times, the entire sea of fire was absorbed and sealed. Then, Susanoo held the gourd and swung it violently. A terrifying flaming sword energy gushed out from the mouth of the gourd. It swept towards Uchiha Setsuna and others. Quickly escape. Uchiha Satsuna looked at this scene, his face suddenly changed, and he shouted loudly. For a while, the members of the Uchiha clan were in a mess. Those who were strong, lucky, and quick to react escaped. However, some of those who were mediocre and reacted a little slower. At this moment, they all died tragically under Itachi's 10-fist sword. Itachi, you beast, you will not die well. Uchiha Satsuna looked at the Uchiha clan members who were killed and injured, and was furious. Itachi heard Uchiha Satsuna's roar. His eyes turned cold. Uchiha Satsuna was the hawk leader of the Uchiha clan. He deserved to die more than other Uchiha clan members. He must not be allowed to live. Thinking of this, Itachi controlled Susanoo to launch a new round of attack on Uchiha Satsuna. I saw a flaming sword energy sweeping towards Uchiha Satsuna quickly and fiercely. Uchiha Satsuna's pupils shrank suddenly. He quickly dodged to the side. At the same time, he shouted, I will attract Itachi's attention, you guys attack fiercely. Don't use fire style, the others are up to you. Got it. Lightning style earth walk. Wind style great breakthrough. Water style water array pillar. Earth style earth dragon bullet. Quote. Itachi fixed his eyes on Uchiha Satsuna. Although the ninjutsu of other ninjas could cause some trouble to him. But, it was not serious. And Uchiha Satsuna narrowly escaped death several times under Itachi's attack. But Itachi never gave up on him. At this time, he had been forced into a dead end by Itachi. My life is over. Looking at Itachi who was clinging to him, he attacked him again. Uchiha Satsuna cried out in grief. At this moment, a golden Susanoo suddenly appeared in front of him. It blocked the attack for him. The flaming sword energy slashed at the golden Susanoo whose defense had been strengthened tenfold. Countless sparks were created, but it still could not break the defense of the golden Susanoo. Saved, Uchiha Satsuna was startled. He immediately understood what was going on and couldn't help but breathe a sigh of relief. Elder Satsuna, are you okay? Uchiha Jun asked Uchiha Satsuna. Jun, thanks to you for saving me, I'm fine. Susanoo is worthy of being the ultimate power of Mangekyo Sharingan. It's too strong. We can't break it at all. Jun, it's up to you next. Please make sure to take down the beast Itachi and give an explanation to all the dead tribesmen. Uchiha Satsuna said solemnly. Then he glared fiercely at Uchiha Fugaku, who was being carried by Uchiha Jun like an old dog. If it weren't for his incompetence, he wouldn't teach his son. How could they, Uchiha, have such a disaster today? I know. Uchiha Jun nodded. He casually lifted Fugaku up. He asked him to look at Itachi in front of him and said, Chief Fugaku, this is the good son you want to protect with all your heart. Look, what has he done? Look at the corpses around here, they are all my Uchiha people, blood is thicker than water. Uchiha Jun's tone was very cold, but full of sarcasm. Fugaku opened his bruised eyes with difficulty. He looked at the corpses lying on the ground on the left and right, and then looked at Itachi in front of him, who was waving the 10-fist sword and wanted to kill everyone. A complex flashed in his eyes. But he was too embarrassed to say anything. Why, don't you say a few words? For example, Itachi, you will always be my son, no matter what you do, I support you. Uchiha Jun mocked. Fugaku heard this time, even more ashamed. Because, what he thought in his heart was really like this. Itachi, look at this old father who has always trusted you. What do you want to say? Uchiha Jun saw that Fugaku had not spoken. Suddenly, he shouted to Itachi in the distance. Itachi looked at his father Fugaku, who was pinched by the neck by Uchiha Jun and lifted up. He was bruised and swollen. A complicated look flashed in his eyes. Thousands of words gathered in his stomach. But he never said it. In the end, he just said dryly, Father, I'm sorry. Boring. Uchiha Jun snorted coldly. He directly dug out Fugaku's eyes. Then he crushed Fugaku's head with one hand. Finally, he threw Fugaku's body in front of Itachi. Although you are a beast, you should still be a little hesitant when facing your father. I helped you do it, no need to thank me. Uchiha Jun said, covering Fugaku's eyes. Itachi looked at the dead Fugaku, and then looked at the eyes of Fugaku who was covered by Uchiha Jun. For a moment, the killing intent was high. Uchiha Jun, you deserve to die. Itachi gritted his teeth and said. Are you angry about your father's death? Or are you angry about not being able to kill Fugaku yourself? Uchiha Jun sneered. Uchiha Itachi did not answer. Instead, he swung the 10-fist sword and chopped at Uchiha Jun's golden Susanoo. In response, Uchiha Jun sneered. He also swung the giant axe and chopped at the 10-fist sword. Boom! Itachi's 10-fist sword is a divine weapon, and it is also very powerful. But, Uchiha Jun's giant axe is also not weak, especially in slashing. The momentum is heavy, and one force can defeat 10 skills. It is more terrible than the 10-fist sword. Moreover, at this time, there is a 10-fold defense increase. The strength of the axe is also increased tenfold in disguise. The moment the axe and sword touch each other, the fiery sword energy of the 10-fist sword was chopped off by the giant axe on the spot. Uchiha Jun was very aggressive. After chopped off the fiery sword energy of the 10-fist sword, a few more axes directly chopped off Itachi's Susanoo. Bang! When Itachi's Susanoo was split apart, Uchiha Jun manipulated the golden Susanoo and swung out his other hand. He pressed Itachi to the ground fiercely. Weasel, let's stop here. Uchiha Jun stood in the golden Susanoo and sneered. Uchiha Jun, you will be a sinner of Konoha, a sinner of Uchiha, and you will definitely be infamous for 10,000 years. Itachi glared at Uchiha Jun with gritted teeth. You never change your bad habits. Uchiha Jun sneered. He was too lazy to argue with Itachi. It's not worth it. After saying that, Uchiha Jun swung the giant axe and chopped it towards Itachi's neck. However, at this moment, another Itachi broke out from under Uchiha Jun's feet. Just like before, holding a short sword, he quickly and urgently slashed towards Uchiha Jun's neck. You're using the same old trick again, but it's a pity that it doesn't work. Uchiha Jun sneered. After being attacked by Itachi once in this way, he was already prepared for this move. In a flash, Uchiha Jun made a quick move and firmly caught the short sword that Itachi slashed at him. Although catching the blade hurt his hand, a lot of blood seeped out of Uchiha Jun's palm. However, Uchiha Jun didn't care at all. Then, he punched the Itachi hard. With a bang, the Itachi turned into a ball of white smoke. However, before Uchiha Jun could breathe a sigh of relief, with a cackle, a crow emerged from the white smoke. From time to time, a red Sharingan came into Uchiha Jun's eyes. It turned out that Itachi's original body was just a bait, and the clone was just smoke. The real move was on this crow. The moment the crow appeared, Itachi smiled. At the same time, he also released the last killer. Quote, Distinguished Heavenly God's Light, amplify 10 times the spiritual will. After seeing the crow equipped with Sharingan, Uchiha Jun knew what Itachi was going to do. At this moment, he did not dare to be careless. He directly amplified his spiritual willpower tenfold. In an instant, a ray of light shone directly into Uchiha Jun's sea of consciousness. In the light, it seemed as if someone was whispering. Be loyal to Konoha, kill all Uchiha except Sasuke and Itachi. Be loyal to Konoha, kill all Uchiha except Sasuke and Itachi. Be loyal to Konoha, kill all Uchiha except Sasuke and Itachi. The whispers continued one after another, gradually forming a thought steel mark. It was about to be branded in Uchiha Jun's sea of consciousness. Get out. At this moment, Uchiha Jun's spiritual will seemed to be transformed into a giant holding a giant axe, facing the oppressive sky, and suddenly chopped down the low hum of the thought steel mark. Boom! In an instant, the sky was clear and the earth was bright. All the dark clouds and haze disappeared. Although after one blow, Uchiha Jun's mental power was also consumed too much. However, high-speed regeneration was constantly recovering Uchiha Jun's loss. In less than 3 seconds, Uchiha Jun opened his eyes again. He caught the crow in front of him. He glanced at Itachi and sneered, Shisui's distinguished heavenly gods. That's all. At the same time, he controlled Susanoo to continue swinging the giant axe in his hand. Defeat. Itachi looked at the recovered Uchiha Jun, with a bitter look on his lips. The next moment, the giant axe fell. With a puff, Itachi's head fell to the ground. Blood spurted all over the ground. As the beast Itachi finally dead. Great. The surrounding Uchiha tribesmen, looking at the body of Itachi, couldn't help but shout happily. Obviously, Itachi's betrayal made everyone in the tribe hate him. No one felt sorry for him. Uchiha-Jun ignored the cheers of the crowd. He hung the giant axe back on Susanoo's back. He manipulated Susanoo to catch Itachi's head. He brought it to the main body. Is there only one eye left? Forget it. Anyway, I don't plan to fuse it with your Mangekyo Sharingan Evolution Eternal Eye. Uchiha-Jun curled his lips. Compared to Itachi's eyes, Shisui's eyes are undoubtedly more suitable for him. Now that he already has one, he just needs to collect Danzo's one. Then he will have collected them all. Danzo. After killing Fugaku and Itachi. Danzo, Sarutobi Hiruzen, 2 advisors, and the 4 major families are his next targets. Ahem. After Uchiha-Jun took the distinguished heavenly god's Sharingan in Crow's Eyes and Itachi's Tsukuyomi Sharingan, Uchiha Setsuna suddenly coughed a few times. For a moment, everyone's eyes were on Uchiha Setsuna. Everyone listen to me. Itachi betrayed the family and raised the butcher knife to the tribe members. Fugaku did nothing and died in an accident. Fortunately, Shun was able to turn the tide. Save Uchiha from the water and fire. Now, our Uchiha is leaderless. So, I recommend Shun to be the new head of our Uchiha. Uchiha Setsuna said. Although Fugaku was killed by Uchiha-Jun, he taught Itachi such a heartless thing. Who would sympathize with him? Everyone acquiesced to Uchiha Setsuna's statement. That's right, he died in an accident. Uchiha-Jun did not refute Uchiha Setsuna's statement. After all, no matter what, Fugaku is also the head of the Uchiha clan. He was killed just like that. It's a bit unpleasant to say it directly. Although, he doesn't care about his reputation. However, since it is everyone's opinion, then he accepted it. Agree. I totally agree that Jun will become the new head of our Uchiha clan. That's right, I don't accept anyone except Jun. At this time, Uchiha-Jun had conquered all the clan members through his own strength. No one objected to his being the head of the clan. Jun, the clan will be handed over to you in the future. I hope you can lead our Uchiha clan out of the haze and overcome the difficulties. Uchiha Setsuna looked at Uchiha-Jun and said with sincerity and expectation. He knew that Itachi's death was just a beginning. The problem is far from being solved. As long as the Konoha high-level officials are still there, the Uchiha clan will not be safe. At this time, Uchiha needs a strong person to lead. Since this is everyone's common opinion, then I will take over the position of clan leader. Here I promise everyone that I will definitely lead everyone out of the quagmire and the haze, and into a bright future. It is our duty to revive the glory of the Uchiha clan. Uchiha-Jun said forcefully. Everyone cheered. It is our duty to revive the glory of the Uchiha clan. Just as the Uchiha people were imagining the future, a group of uninvited guests suddenly came. What are you Uchiha doing? Do you want to rebel? It was Danzo, who came with the root people. He took the lead as soon as he came. He suppressed the entire Uchiha in terms of momentum and righteousness. Rebellion. Uchiha-Jun glanced at Danzo, who came with bad intentions, and sneered. Sir Danzo, what a big hat, what a great authority. The moment the voice fell, Uchiha-Jun increased his speed tenfold. He rushed towards Danzo quickly. In a flash, Uchiha-Jun appeared in front of Danzo as if teleporting. With lightning speed, he attacked Danzo's right eye wrapped in cloth. Danzo never thought that Uchiha-Jun would be so decisive and fierce. Those around him didn't expect that Uchiha-Jun would be so unethical. He started directly. When Danzo and others reacted, Uchiha-Jun had already succeeded. He knocked Shisui's eye out of Danzo's eye socket. Ah! Danzo stared at Uchiha-Jun in shock and anger. Danzo-sama. At this time, several guards around Danzo, such as Yamanaka Fung and Nagatori Ne, looked at Danzo nervously. As the saying goes, the master humiliates the servant. At this moment, they wanted to attack Uchiha-Jun directly. However, at this time, the situation was not right. Without Danzo's order, they did not dare to act on their own. Uchiha-Jun, how dare you? Danzo suppressed his voice, like a wounded beast. The other eye was sinister, staring at Uchiha-Jun. Uchiha-Jun, he knew him. He even dealt with him several times. After all, as a young generation of the Uchiha clan, the talent is second only to Shisui and Itachi. Shisui and Itachi both prefer the third generation. Naturally, Danzo also wanted to develop a spy of his own in the Uchiha clan. So, he targeted Uchiha Jun, especially after Shisui's death. After Uchiha Jun's status in the Uchiha clan rose, he paid more attention to Uchiha Jun. Unfortunately, before this, Uchiha Jun had never accepted his recruitment. At this time, he did not expect that Amir Jr. He dared to take the initiative to attack him when he was in a state of dominance. You know, even Fugaku, Uchiha Satsuna and others, no matter how much he disliked them, they dared not do this to him. His inertial thinking pitted him. Shimura Danzo, things have developed to this point, and we have torn our faces apart. Why do you think I dare not? Uchiha Jun laughed. Then he put away the eye of Shisui that he had obtained. So far, he finally collected all the 2 Sharingan of Shisui. The process was smoother than he expected. I don't know what you are talking about. Danzo's eyes flickered. Then, he looked at Uchiha Jun coldly and threatened. Give me back my eyes, otherwise, the consequences will definitely not be something you can bear. This is Shisui's eyes, right? If so, it belongs to my Uchiha clan. I just took back my Uchiha's relics. What consequences can I not bear? Uchiha Jun snorted coldly. On the contrary, you, Danzo, since you are here, stay forever. Rebellion, you Uchiha are really going to rebel. Danzo heard this, his heart trembled, and he shouted loudly. Where is Fugaku? Let him come out. If he doesn't give me an explanation today, I will never let you Uchiha go. Fugaku, he's there, Uchiha said, pointing to Fugaku's body not far away. He's dead. Danzo looked in the direction Uchiha pointed, but was stunned when he saw Fugaku's body. Isn't this what you high-ranking officials want to do? Itachi was bewitched by you and raised his butcher knife against Uchiha. Fugaku died because of him. Itachi was killed by Jun. Now, the new leader of our Uchiha is Jun. His attitude is the attitude of our Uchiha. Uchiha said coldly in a moment. Itachi is dead too. Danzo was stunned. Soon, he found Itachi's beheaded body and head on the ground. He couldn't help but curse in his heart. Waste. More trouble than success. After this incident, it may not be possible to destroy Uchiha without any effort. Uchiha is already alert. Next, the only way to completely suppress Uchiha is to use a large army. Thinking of this, Danzo had the idea of retreating. Although he hated not to destroy Uchiha immediately. Take back Shisui's eye from Uchiha Jun. But, he also knew that the people he brought alone could not destroy Uchiha. Although, he could also send a signal to Sarutobi Hiruzen on the spot. Let Sarutobi Hiruzen lead the troops to attack the Uchiha clan. But, in this way, he himself might be in danger. How could Danzo do this? Although he kept saying that everything he did was for the village. But, he never thought of putting himself in danger. What Itachi was bewitched by us. This is slander. We never bewitched him. All this is his personal action. His action against you Uchiha is an internal matter of your Uchiha clan. It has nothing to do with me. Since you Uchiha have something to do today, I will leave first. However, Uchiha Jun, that eye belongs to me. I will give you 3 days at most. You'd better return it to me during this time. The reason why Danzo said to give Uchiha Jun 3 days. It was just to confuse the Uchiha people. Let the Uchiha people think. Their Konoha high-level officials are not ready to tear their faces with them Uchiha. There is still room for maneuver in this matter. HMPH, let's go. After saying that, Danzo snorted unhappily. He turned around and prepared to leave the Uchiha clan with his subordinates. Uchiha fools, wait for me. I will soon bring my big wave to destroy you. Dare to steal my eyes. When the time comes, all of your eyes will be mine. Danzo's calculations are very loud in his mind. However, Uchiha Jun did not intend to let them leave. With a wave of his hand, the people of the Uchiha clan quickly surrounded them. Completely blocked the way for Danzo and others. Uchiha Jun, what do you mean by this? Danzo turned around and looked at Uchiha Jun with a hawk's eyes. Uchiha Jun didn't care about Danzo's fierce appearance at all. He sneered and said, didn't I tell you? Danzo, since you are here, stay forever. You still want to leave? Are you daydreaming? Uchiha Jun, do you really want to rebel? Danzo said coldly. From the moment Itachi attacked the Uchiha clan, one of us was destined to fall. Either you die or I live. Chapter 11. I told you, Itachi's behavior was completely personal, and it has nothing to do with us. Danzo responded with a gloomy face. Such a childish excuse, don't bring it up to embarrass yourself. Go, kill Danzo first, then kill Sarutobi Hiruzen. The glory of the important city of Uchiha starts from this moment. Uchiha Jun said this, and he didn't want to waste words with Danzo. He directly issued an order to surround and kill Danzo. Kill. Hearing Uchiha Jun's order, Uchiha Satsuna took the lead in the attack. Send a signal. Danzo decisively shouted to Yamanaka Fung beside him. Hi. Yamanaka Fung quickly took out a walkie-talkie. Flares and so on. The eyes are too big. Once released, not only can Sarutobi Hiruzen and others who have been ambushed outside the Uchiha clan see it, others can also see it. In that case, it may cause some adverse effects. So, instant communication walkie-talkie. Relatively speaking, it is simpler and more secretive. Plan A has failed, immediately implement Plan B. Plan A has failed, immediately implement Plan B. Plan A has failed, immediately implement Plan B. Important things should be said 3 times. So, Yamanaka Fung repeated it 3 times in a row to the intercom. Received. Soon, a reply came from the other side. Leave Danzo to me, you quickly kill the others, and then we have another big battle. At this time, Uchiha Jun turned on the golden Susanoo. While rushing towards Danzo, he shouted loudly. Hi. The Uchiha tribe members responded in unison. And Uchiha Jun also swung the golden mountain splitting axe at the first time, slashing it towards Danzo. Danzo didn't dare to take it head on, and quickly dodged to the side. At the same time, he threw several shurikens. The shurikens flew towards the golden Susanoo with a whistling sound. It hit the golden Susanoo hard. For a while, countless sparks were wiped out. In response to this, Uchiha Jun was speechless. This operation is very consistent with Danzo's character. After a blow, Uchiha Jun swung the axe again and hit Danzo. Mangekyo Sharingan has been locking onto Danzo's figure. It has completely predicted Danzo's transfer route. There is no way Danzo can escape. With a bang, Danzo was knocked away on the spot. The whole person was like a cannonball fired from a gun, instantly piercing through several houses. Kill. Uchiha Jun has been locking onto Danzo's figure, and the moment Danzo stopped, he swung down another axe. Boom. A wave of slashes. Across hundreds of meters, it slashed towards Danzo at a high speed. Directly split Danzo into 2 pieces. Danzo-sama. Yamanaka Fung and Aburame Togen looked at this scene, and their faces suddenly changed. Although they could sense that Danzo was not dead through the tongue evil root technique. But, they still couldn't help but worry. So he quickly attacked Uchiha Jun. To save Danzo. Heart turn technique. The heart turn technique is intangible and completely ignores Susanoo's defense. It quickly penetrated the golden Susanoo and drilled into Uchiha Jun's body. Get out of here. The moment Yamanaka Fang's consciousness entered Uchiha Jun, he was immediately greeted by Uchiha Jun's iron fist. Before he could figure out the situation, he was directly knocked out. Then, the giant axe quickly fell on Yamanaka Fang. Yamanaka Fang's consciousness had just endured the impact of Uchiha's mental iron fist. He was still dizzy. He couldn't react at all. He was split in half by the giant axe on the spot. He didn't even have time to scream. Wind. Aburame Togen looked at this scene and his face changed. He hasn't even made a move yet. His partner is already dead. However, at this moment, the blade of the giant axe that had just killed Yamanaka Fung turned and swept towards Aburame. Aburame was a ninja from the insect clan. It is undeniable that his nanoworms are very powerful. But his own strength is very average. Just like other ninjas from the female oil clan. His physical skills are average, and his ninjutsu is also average. How could he possibly dodge it? After being locked by the Mangekyo Sharingan, the giant axe was swung. Under the giant axe, Aburame couldn't dodge at all. Any defense was like paper. It was completely torn apart in an instant. Aburame was cut in half. After killing the 2 generals beside Danzo, Uchiha Jun suddenly found that Danzo's body was no longer there. Danzo, this guy, still had the Sharingan on him. At this time, he obviously used the power of the Sharingan to perform the forbidden technique Izanagi of their Uchiha clan and escaped. Danzo, this fool, I don't even know Izanagi, but he, an outsider, actually mastered it first. Uchiha-jun gritted his teeth. Yes, Uchiha-jun doesn't know Izanagi. After all, he just awakened the 3-Tomo Sharingan, less than half a year ago. In fact, the Uchiha clan. He is not the only one who can't do it. There are many clansmen who have opened the 3-Tomo Sharingan, and they can't do it either. Otherwise, they wouldn't die one by one, and the Sharingan is still there. After all, even Itachi couldn't do it, so that all the clansmen who opened the 3-Tomo Sharingan could be completely killed without even reacting. Danzo escaped. Anyway, he can't escape the temple even if he escapes. Kill these rude ninjas first. Thinking, Uchiha-jun started the killing mode. One axe at a time. Like chopping melons and vegetables. He kept harvesting the lives of the rude ninjas. When the third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo led their army into the Uchiha territory, there were only a few rude ninjas left with Danzo. After all, in addition to Uchiha-jun's killing spree, other Uchiha people, they were also taking action. They did not completely wipe out the rude ninjas. It was because Sarutobi Hiruzen came too fast. Jun, stop it. Everyone stop it. Sarutobi Hiruzen shouted from a distance. You came really fast. Uchiha-jun glanced at Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo who had already joined the main force, and sneered. But he was unmoved. Continue. Yes, everyone in the Uchiha clan heard this. Continue to kill all the remaining rude ninjas. Watching this scene, Danzo was furious. The rude ninjas were all his subordinates. In order to train these ninjas, he didn't know how much money, sweat, and thoughts he had spent. Uchiha-jun, you are looking for death. Danzo roared angrily. The third Hokage next to him couldn't help but flash a flash of anger in his eyes at this time. He had already spoken. The Uchiha group was still able to take action. It was clear that they didn't take him, the Hokage, seriously. Uchiha-jun, I told you to stop, didn't you hear me? Sarutobi Hiruzen suppressed his anger and shouted. You said stop, so I have to stop. For the enemy, our Uchiha clan has always been committed to killing all. Uchiha-jun ignored Danzo, looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen, and said without giving face. Sarutobi Hiruzen, you brought these thousands of ninjas here to destroy us Uchiha, so there is nothing to say. Come on, just come. Uchiha-jun, manipulating the golden Susanoo, took a few steps forward and walked in front of all the Uchiha clan members. He confronted Sarutobi Hiruzen. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Uchiha-jun who was so arrogant and disrespectful, although he was very angry. However, when he saw Uchiha-jun's golden Susanoo that had reached 20 meters, his pupils shrank suddenly. For a moment, the pressure in his heart increased greatly. Such a behemoth. It is not easy to deal with. So he suppressed his anger and said in a deep voice, Jun, I think there is a misunderstanding here. Let's stop and have a good talk. Talk? How do you want to talk? Uchiha-jun sneered. We really don't know about Itachi's massacre of Uchiha people tonight. It's completely his personal behavior. Shut up. Before Sarutobi Hiruzen finished speaking, he was interrupted rudely by Uchiha-jun. Sarutobi Hiruzen, if that's all you want to say, then we don't have to talk. One or two, you really think we Uchiha are idiots? Uchiha glanced at Sarutobi Hiruzen and said disdainfully. You can talk if you want. But you must show some sincerity. Uchiha-jun suddenly smiled and continued. What sincerity do you want? Sarutobi Hiruzen asked in a deep voice. First, because you persuaded Itachi to attack Uchiha, which caused my Uchiha clan to suffer heavy losses, you must compensate our Uchiha for the loss of 10 billion. Second, Sarutobi Hiruzen, you abdicate. Uchiha-jun stated his conditions. Impossible. Sarutobi Hiruzen's face turned cold when he heard this, and he refused without thinking. He didn't even want to agree to the first one. Not to mention the second one. At this time, Sarutobi Hiruzen regarded the position of Hokage as more important than his life. He regarded power as more important than anything else. He wanted him to abdicate. That would be more painful than killing him. Similarly, the murderous intent towards Uchiha-jun in his heart became stronger and stronger. Dare to touch my position of Hokage, evil Uchiha, you have already met your death." However, he did not immediately command his ninja army to attack Uchiha. Instead, he waited for Uchiha to attack them first. Then, they would fight back. In this way, even if they wiped out the Uchiha clan, no one would dare to say anything wrong. After all, it was the Uchiha who attacked them first. It was not them who attacked first. They did this out of helplessness. Therefore, after rejecting Uchiha Jun's request, Sarutobi Hiruzen said hypocritically, "Hokage's matter, no need to talk about it." However, you Uchiha were indeed hurt by Itachi tonight. As a ninja of Anbu, I failed to control Itachi, and I also have some faults. Therefore, I can make the decision to give you, the Uchiha clan, 10,000 yuan for each sacrificed person. After all, our village's finances are not rich, and it is not easy to squeeze out this money. I hope you can understand. Quote, "I understand you, Sarutobi Hiruzen, you fool. What can this little money do?" Quote, the Uchiha clan was furious when they heard Sarutobi Hiruzen's words. If he didn't say anything, it would be fine. But, paying 10,000 yuan per person is a naked humiliation. That Uchiha can bear it. Uchiha Jun looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen coldly. A sneer. He knew why Sarutobi Hiruzen said such a thing. Obviously, the conditions he just offered annoyed Sarutobi Hiruzen. It aroused his murderous intent. So, he deliberately offered such conditions. Try to anger the Uchiha clan. Let the Uchiha clan take the lead in attacking them. In this way, they are just self-defense counterattacks. However, Uchiha Jun didn't think there was anything wrong with this. Because, he never thought of negotiating with Sarutobi Hiruzen from the beginning. Both sides have torn their faces. What's the point of talking? Just start fighting. Anyway, with high-speed regeneration. He is already invincible, even if the battle lasts for 10 days and 10 nights. He will not be tired. But can Sarutobi Hiruzen and his people fight him for 10 days and 10 nights? Thinking of this, Uchiha Jun's mouth curled up. Sarutobi Hiruzen, you should keep this money to buy a coffin. Today, only one of us can stand. Fight to the death. Quote, Uchiha Jun said word by word. For a moment, the entire Uchiha clan was filled with a solemn atmosphere. Everyone was shocked by Uchiha Jun's madness. At the same time, no one on Sarutobi Hiruzen's side thought that Uchiha could win. It is undeniable that Uchiha Jun driving a Gundam is very scary. But, at this time, he has to face 8,000 ninjas. 8,000 ninjas can kill him even if they are piled up. And the people of the Uchiha clan didn't know what to say for a moment. I always feel that their new clan leader is brave, but it seems that he is a little too brave. The other side has thousands of people. And what about them, Uchiha? Originally, a group of them were quietly killed by Itachi. Later, another group was killed by Itachi after Izanagi. Now, there are less than 300 warriors left. The gap between the two sides is dozens to one. However, at this time, the Uchiha clan has no way out. They can only bite the bullet and fight with Uchiha Jun is going down this path to the end. Jun, do we really want to do this? Sarutobi Hiruzen said hypocritically. Uchiha Jun glanced at Sarutobi Hiruzen. Too lazy to reply, he turned to Uchiha Setsuna and others and said, Elder Setsuna, you led 200 people back to protect the old, weak, women and children of our Uchiha family. Tiehuo, Yashura, you lead the rest of the people, follow behind me, and finish off the enemy. Sarutobi Hiruzen is just a person who sells his head. No matter how many genin he has, they are just a group of sheep, not worth worrying about. Crazy. He is so crazy. Since the establishment of Konoha, they have never seen such a crazy person. Even Uchiha Madara, in terms of craziness, I am afraid he is not as good as him. Everyone was dumbfounded when they heard Uchiha Jun's words. However, the people of the Uchiha clan did not think that Uchiha Jun was crazy. After all, Uchiha Jun was still very powerful. Even Itachi and Fugaku, who also opened Susanoo, could not last a few rounds in his hands. Sarutobi Hiruzen. It is estimated that it is the same. Thinking of this, Uchiha Setsuna and others immediately responded, understood. Then, Uchiha Setsuna led 200 clansmen to leave. In this regard, Sarutobi Hiruzen did not stop him. He even hoped that the Uchiha clan would disperse their forces. In this way, they can defeat them one by one. Anyway, the entire Uchiha clan was surrounded by them. Even if Uchiha Satsuna took these people out of their sight, they could not escape their encirclement. After they annihilated Chie-jun, then they would eliminate Uchiha Satsuna and others. It would be much easier. Moreover, by defeating them one by one, the number of people they sacrificed would also be greatly reduced. So, both sides watched Uchiha Satsuna and the more than 200 people leave in tacit understanding. After Uchiha Satsuna and others walked away completely, Uchiha Jun covered his forehead and suddenly laughed wildly. In that case, let's get started. As he said that, he put his hands together. Shadow clone technique. Bang bang bang. For a while. In addition to Uchiha's original body, there were 9 more Uchiha shadow clone lined up. The shadow clone technique distributes all chakra evenly to each shadow clone. Before, he had more than 70 cards of chakra. Now, he divides these chakras equally. Each clone has at least 7 cards. This amount of chakra is already cage level chakra. It is enough to use Susanoo. Sarutobi Hiruzen, don't say I am outnumbered, your number is far greater than ours. Uchiha Jun laughed wildly. 9 shadow clone. They also released Susanoo. For a moment, 10-20 meter high Susanoo stood on the Uchiha clan's land. The scene was spectacular. Everyone looked at this scene and was not calm. The people of the Uchiha clan were overjoyed. Can it be like this? Great. Long live the Chief Jun. Revitalize the glory of the Uchiha clan, today. The Uchiha clan members roared excitedly. Weiji knew how much pressure they had before. Now, the pressure was gone. Some were left with excitement, ecstasy, and excitement. 10 Susanoos, can't they sweep the entire Konoha? The entire ninja world can be swept, okay. 10 chakra giants. How can we fight? It's over now. Fake, this is fake. How can one person withstand the battle of 10 Susanoos? It's just an illusion. A mere shadow clone will break with one poke. Everyone, don't panic. As long as we all unite under the leadership of the 3rd generation adults, the enemy is just a group of paper tigers. There's nothing to be afraid of. Victory will eventually belong to us. We must believe in the 3rd generation. That's right. Quote quote. The army on Sarutobi Hiruzen's side. Under the comfort of a group of cadres, they soon calmed down. They even believed that they could achieve the final victory under the leadership of the 3rd generation. However, the heart of the 3rd Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen was not so calm. Looking at these 10 Susanoos, he felt like he was suffocating. Others don't know how strong Susanoo is, but doesn't he, an old man from the Sengoku era, know it? Since Uchiha Jun can enable Shadow Clone, that can sustain them in the battle. For a while, Sarutobi Hiruzen felt a little regretful in his heart that he had pushed the Uchiha clan too hard. It's all the fault of Danzo, that fool. If he hadn't made trouble again and again, things wouldn't have developed to this point. Sarutobi Hiruzen directly put the blame on Danzo. He even couldn't help but blame Danzo. However, he was in a dilemma at this time. Show weakness to Uchiha Jun. That was absolutely impossible. If he really did that, it would not only undermine his own morale. It would also let Uchiha Jun see his weakness. At this point, he could only force himself. No, I have to prepare a way out for my family. Victory before defeat. He has tied his life and death to Konoha. If he wins this battle, he will continue to be his Hokage. Enjoy his power. If he loses this battle, then let him burn for Konoha. But his family must get out after he loses. Because he knows that with Uchiha Jun's tough and rampant character, once he wins this war, he will definitely liquidate their Sarutobi clan. Therefore, he acted very calmly. Let the ninjas under his command feel at ease. At the same time, he made several gestures behind his back without making a sound. Only the core members of the Sarutobi clan knew what these gestures meant. And after ordinary ninjas saw them, they thought at most that Sarutobi Hiruzen was just doing something casual. At this time, a core member of the Sarutobi clan standing behind Sarutobi Hiruzen saw the gestures Sarutobi made. His face changed slightly, and he quietly disappeared into the ninja army. Uchiha Jun swept his eyes across the Konoha army on the opposite side, but he did not notice that there was one less person in the opposite army. After all, the people on the opposite side were too powerful. That person was very inconspicuous, and his attention was mostly on those familiar faces. After Uchiha Jun looked around, he finally fixed his eyes on Sarutobi Hiruzen. After staring at him for a few seconds, he suddenly grinned, "Sarutobi Hiruzen, come and fight." Kill. With that, Uchiha Jun gave an order. 10 Suzanos attacked at the same time. Uchiha Jun's target was naturally Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo. The other 9 Suzanos fanned out to attack the Konoha army. Uchiha Tiehuo and Uchiha Dai followed the Suzanos with a group of Uchiha. They also dispersed, because they only needed to finish off the enemy. No need to charge into the trap. If things go wrong, just retreat. Kill. Sarutobi Hiruzen waved his hand fiercely, and a cadre beside him shouted loudly. For a moment, countless ninjas charged towards the 10 Suzanos. And Sarutobi Hiruzen also summoned the monkey demon at the first time. "Sarutobi, who is the enemy this time?" An old monkey appeared and asked immediately. The Uchiha rebelled. "The opponent is them." Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Uchiha Jun and said. The monkey demon followed Sarutobi Hiruzen's gaze. When he saw the 10 Suzanos, the whole monkey was stunned. What is the opponent? That's right, the enemy this time is no weaker than the 9 tails in the past. It's up to you, Sarutobi Hiruzen. Sarutobi Hiruzen was completely speechless. Well, it's a tough bone, let me chew it, right? However, his monkey clan and the Sarutobi clan will prosper together. Sarutobi Hiruzen also refused Sarutobi Hiruzen's request. He gritted his teeth and said, "Okay." After the words fell, Sarutobi directly turned into a golden rui stick. It fell into Sarutobi Hiruzen's hands. Uchiha looked at this scene, grinned, swept away countless ninjas, instantly came to Sarutobi Hiruzen. An axe chopped down at Sarutobi Hiruzen quickly and fiercely. After Sarutobi Hiruzen played a flower stick, the stick head was aimed at Uchiha himself and quickly extended. It stabbed at Uchiha Jun's Susanoo. Before the giant axe fell, he wanted to stab Susanoo away. After all, in Sarutobi Hiruzen's opinion, he could even stab 9 tails away. So it would be no problem to stab Susanoo away now. However, he forgot that humans are humans and beasts are beasts. Uchiha sneered and increased Susanoo's defense tenfold. The next moment, there was a thud. The Vajra Rui staff hit the golden Susanoo. There was a loud sound like a bell, but it failed to stab the golden Susanoo away. The golden Susanoo seemed to be connected to the earth. It did not move at all. This was not Susanoo's ability. It was a use of chakra by Uchiha Jun. He only needed to move the chakra to his feet and absorb the ground. As long as the body could withstand it, no matter how strong the force was, it would be difficult to push it away. For example, in the original work, Tsunade used this move to dissolve Tendo Pain's Tensai Tenjin. After Uchiha Jun strengthened Susanoo's defense, he could naturally block Sarutobi Hiruzen's Vajra Rui rod. What? He actually blocked it. Sarutobi Hiruzen was shocked when he saw this scene. He quickly dodged to the side. At this time, Uchiha Jun's giant axe also chopped down. Where Sarutobi Hiruzen was standing, a large and deep crack was split on the spot. The crack quickly extended forward. For a moment, I don't know how many ninjas fell into the crack. The giant axe missed. Uchiha Jun controlled Susanoo again, raised the giant axe, and swept it towards Sarutobi Hiruzen, who dodged. Although Sarutobi Hiruzen raised the Vajra Rui rod in time to block it, he was still chopped back 100 meters. After all, he is a Hokage, and he is more difficult to deal with than ordinary ninjas. Uchiha Jun saw that Sarutobi Hiruzen was blown away but not seriously injured, and couldn't help but sighed. The Vajra Ninja rod in his hand is interesting. I will cut his Vajra Ninja rod in a moment. I want to see how many axes a monkey-shaped Vajra Ninja rod can block from me. Wind-style shuriken. At this time, Danzo, who had dodged to the side, also attacked Uchiha Jun. From time to time, 2 shurikens with wind style, which were somewhat similar to the spiral shuriken but with stronger cutting power, flew at high speed. If you don't make a move, I will almost forget about you. Uchiha Jun glanced at Danzo. He swung the giant axe and swept at the 2 shurikens with wind style. Swept the wind-style shuriken away on the spot. What wind-style shuriken, in front of the giant axe? They are all chickens and dogs. Not willing to give up. Then, Uchiha Jun once again infused chakra into Susanoo's left hand, and quickly condensed a chakra mace. Smashed towards Danzo. Danzo knew the strength of Uchiha Jun's Susanoo, so he didn't dare to take it head-on. He could only dodge continuously. However, after he dodged the mace, another axe came towards him. Not good. Danzo's face suddenly changed. The axe was so fierce that it seemed to block all his dodging directions. He had nowhere to dodge. Just when he thought he was going to be hit by the axe, Sarutobi Hiruzen's Vajra Rui stick quickly extended from a distance and stabbed Danzo. The axe that was chopped towards Danzo was knocked off its direction. Danzo was able to escape. Danzo and Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at each other from a distance, and then tacitly attacked Uchiha Jun at the same time. Watching this scene, Uchiha Jun laughed wildly. Good. One-hand axe, one-hand mace. Mangekyo's insight was used as a supplement. He shot his bows at the same time. Although Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo attacked together, they were not able to gain an advantage in the face of Uchiha's crazy output, and were even suppressed. Especially Danzo. His attack power was not strong. Even if he could hit Susanoo, it would be difficult to break Uchiha Jun's Susanoo with 10 times the defense. Moreover, he did not have weapons such as the Vajra Rui stick. It was even more difficult to resist Uchiha Jun's attack. For a while, he was beaten to a mess and ran around with his head in his hands. At the same time, the other 9 Susanoo, after the main body stopped Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo. That was really a killing spree. Wherever he went, he was invincible. What Genin, Chunin, when they met, they were almost swept away and killed instantly. Jonin might cause some trouble to Susanoo, but it was just some trouble. It was impossible to break the Susanoo, which also used a limited time amplification and strengthened its defense. Moreover, ninjas are fragile creatures. Even if they are Jonin, they will either die or be injured if they are hit by an axe or a stick. 9 Susanoos are rampant. The Konoha shinobi lineup was directly beaten to pieces, with gray faces and crying for their parents. It is difficult to form an effective attack again. Even if there are Anbu elites like Kakashi in the ninja army. But they can't play a big role. Jumping up and down. Busy for a long time. They didn't see them knock down a Susanoo. Uchiha Jun, who was fighting against Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo, was always paying attention to the surrounding situation during the battle. Looking at the Konoha ninja army, which was defeated by the 9 Susanoos, he couldn't help but smile. Time is on the side of Uchiha Jun. As time goes by, Konoha is getting weaker and weaker. And Uchiha Jun has high-speed regeneration. The consumption is not as fast as the recovery. The more you fight, the stronger you will become. So, Uchiha Jun is not in a hurry. Although Sarutobi Hiruzen and Danzo were fighting with the original Uchiha Jun, they were also well aware of the surrounding situation. But it was precisely because of this understanding that they both began to get anxious. Sarutobi, this won't work. Danzo said worriedly after reuniting with Sarutobi Hiruzen. Then what solution do you have? Sarutobi Hiruzen asked. I think the Uchiha rebellion is not just our business. The major families should also participate in the rebellion. What do you think? Danzo said in a deep voice. Yes. This war did not involve ninjas from the major families. This ninja army was formed entirely by members of the 4 major families and civilian ninjas. After all, Sarutobi Hiruzen gathered this group of ninjas to prevent accidents that might occur when the Uchiha family was exterminated. If ninjas from the major families were involved, let those ninjas from big families see how the Konoha high-level officials eliminated Uchiha, and they will inevitably have a mentality of lips and teeth are cold. Moreover, those ninjas from big families, in this situation, they may not be willing to sacrifice themselves. So, Sarutobi Hiruzen simply did not pull those ninjas from big families into the team. Danzo was also aware of this situation, but now he could not care so much. Sarutobi Hiruzen was silent for a while after hearing this. He was not very optimistic about Danzo's proposal. The big families are best at keeping themselves safe. If they have the advantage. Even if those big families are unwilling. But as long as they forcefully demand, those big families are still willing to obey their orders. But now, they have been beaten so badly by Uchiha. There is a risk of defeat at any time. Let them enter the field and participate in the battle at this time. Even if they will not refuse directly, they will pretend to be polite and make all kinds of excuses, unwilling to get involved in this war. However, Sarutobi Hiruzen did not directly deny Danzo's proposal. How are you going to convince them? Sarutobi Hiruzen asked in a deep voice. I'll go and convince them myself, Danzo said confidently. He believed that with his help, those families would agree to take action. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at Danzo deeply after hearing this. As a longtime partner, he knew Danzo too well. Let Danzo go and get people. Danzo might really be able to get people over. But, he would definitely take the opportunity to slip away and would never want to go back to the battlefield. After the victory is decided, if it is Sarutobi Hiruzen who wins, Danzo might shamelessly run back and get a share of the spoils. But, if Uchiha wins, this guy would probably run away directly. Thinking of this, Sarutobi Hiruzen shook his head and rejected Danzo's proposal and said, I'll have someone notify Yen and Kaharu, and let them mobilize the major families to participate in this battle. Danzo glanced at Sarutobi Hiruzen. Unexpectedly, this old dang actually rejected his proposal. Danzo, block it first. I'll be back to support you soon. Sarutobi Hiruzen didn't give Danzo a chance to refute. He dodged to the side. Boom. At this moment, a thick mace hit hard. Danzo was smashed into the mud. Only a head was exposed. However, the head was also smashed and the skull was shattered. Blood was dripping, and it seemed that he was not going to survive. However, at the moment when Danzo died, his body instantly became transparent and jumped out of the pit. It was Danzo who used the Uchiha clan's forbidden technique, Izanagi. Sarutobi, you actually tricked me. Danzo glanced at it, ran to a distance, used the summoning technique, summoned a monkey, muttered a few words, and let the monkey escape from the battle. Hiruzen couldn't help but curse. Uchiha has not been exterminated yet, although he has secretly collected some 3 Tomo Sharingan over the years. But, after all, it is limited. 2 years ago, he used one when he attacked Shisui. Now, he only has 5 on him. After a battle, he used 4. Only 1 was left. If he lost another life, he would be in danger. Therefore, at this moment, he didn't care about the overall situation or whether he would fight or not. He turned around and ran while still in the illusory state. I am the root of Konoha and the hope of Konoha. I must not die here. Hiruzen, as the 3rd Hokage, you should face this situation. In less than 10 seconds, Danzo had already entered the army. Soon he disappeared in the crowd again. When Sarutobi Hiruzen returned, there was still Danzo's figure there. Sarutobi Hiruzen was dumbfounded on the spot. Danzo. After coming to his senses, Sarutobi Hiruzen was so angry that he roared directly. Where is the partner? Where is the comrade? You just left me and ran away. Beast. At this time, Uchiha Jun laughed. He saw Danzo's escape. However, Danzo was in the hollow state and he couldn't hit him. Moreover, Sarutobi Hiruzen is his first target. It doesn't matter if Danzo escapes. As long as he kills Sarutobi Hiruzen, then, this battle will not be counted as white hits. Sarutobi Hiruzen, Shimura Danzo is really your good partner. When the disaster is imminent, he directly chooses to escape alone and leaves you alone to suffer. But don't worry, Danzo can't escape. Although you died today, I will send him down to accompany you in the future. Uchiha Jun said with a wild laugh. Humph, it's still unknown who will win. You are too arrogant, Uchiha Jun. Sarutobi Hiruzen also has his own pride. At this point, he is unwilling to lose face. Ask for peace with Uchiha Jun. He has the mentality of fighting to the death with Uchiha Jun. I will make you realize the gap between us. Uchiha Jun laughed wildly. Controlling Susanoo, he swung the giant axe in his hand and chopped it towards Sarutobi Hiruzen. Sarutobi Hiruzen quickly dodged to the side. At the same time, he threw the Vajra ninja rod in his hand with all his strength. At the same time, he quickly formed seals with both hands. Ninjutsu. Vajra prison wall. Boom. For a moment, the Vajra ninja rod thrown out by Sarutobi Hiruzen instantly split into countless pieces. It quickly fell near Uchiha Jun's Susanoo. It trapped Uchiha Jun's golden Susanoo in it. He casually summoned another Vajra ninja rod. He stabbed Uchiha Jun hard. Unfortunately, this time, he still failed to pierce Uchiha Jun's Susanoo defense. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at this scene. His brows could not help but frown. This Susanoo's defense is too strong. He did not give up and continued to use it several times. Unfortunately, he still returned without success. You're really good at trapping a real dragon with a birdcage, Sarutobi Hiruzen. You and Danzo are a perfect match. Uchiha Jun sneered. Then he controlled Susanoo and started dancing wildly. Boom! The solid wall of the Vajra prison was instantly smashed into pieces at this moment. A large number of Vajra Rui sticks exploded into a cloud of white smoke and disappeared. In the end, only the one in Sarutobi Hiruzen's hand remained. At this time, Uchiha Jun controlled Susanoo and swung the mace in his left hand, smashing it hard at Sarutobi Hiruzen. With a clang, Sarutobi Hiruzen, who was blocking with the Vajra Rui stick, was smashed out. Uchiha Jun was not willing to give up. He continued to control Susanoo and rushed towards Sarutobi Hiruzen. The mace in his left hand and the mountain-splitting axe in his right hand. He shot with both hands. Every move hit the diamond stick in Sarutobi Hiruzen's hand. The monkey demon was directly beaten back to its original form. Together with Sarutobi Hiruzen, he spit out blood and flew 100 meters away. Sarutobi, I can't do it anymore. I'm going back first. Sarutobi looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen next to him weakly and said goodbye to him. Before Sarutobi Hiruzen could respond to Enma, a beam of axe light fell from the sky. It directly hit Enma. It directly split Enma in half. Blood flowed all over the ground. The whole monkey was dead. Sarutobi Hiruzen looked at this scene, as if struck by lightning, and the whole person was stunned. Enma. At this moment, Sarutobi Hiruzen couldn't tell his feelings at this moment. He only remembered that when he was very young, Enma became his summoning beast. One man and one beast. Growing up together. Not to mention his son, even his wife, they didn't know each other as long. One man and one beast trusted each other in life and death, helped each other, and went through countless ups and downs together. Although the two are not related by blood, but they are closer than blood relations. The entire Sarutobi family. In addition to his two sons, there are also grandsons. No one was more important to him than Uchiha Jun. However, it was such a close old friend. He died in front of his eyes. You offended me, Uchiha Jun, and you still want to escape. Uchiha Jun sneered, glanced at Sarutobi Hiruzen, and then said, Sarutobi Hiruzen, now it's your turn. As he said that, he hit Sarutobi Hiruzen with another stick. Uchiha Jun, you go first, I will let Uchiha Jun be buried with you. Sarutobi Hiruzen glanced at Uchiha Jun and muttered to himself. A ninjutsu. Completed quickly. Darkness technique. In an instant, the black curtain covered a radius of dozens of meters. Uchiha Jun was also shrouded in it. In the black curtain, it was pitch dark. The earth river flows. Sarutobi Hiruzen quickly moved his position. Behind Uchiha Jun, released an earth style. In an instant, the mud within a radius of dozens of meters rolled wildly like a torrent. Although Uchiha Jun was driving Susanoo, but it was difficult for him to stand firmly in this situation. The whole person was pushed forward by the rolling mud. Sarutobi Hiruzen seemed to have noticed Uchiha Jun's flaw. Earth-style heart beheading technique. Sarutobi Hiruzen completely ignored his own safety. He sneaked quickly in the rolling mud torrent. Came under Uchiha Jun. Quickly grabbed his feet. Throw him out of Susanoo. Forbidden technique Shiki Jinsei. At this moment, Sarutobi Hiruzen was obviously fighting with the idea of dying together with Uchiha Jun. In fact, he had no other choice and was completely forced. In terms of head-on confrontation, even if he had the Vajra Rui stick, it would be difficult for him to compete with Uchiha Jun. Now, Tsuruma was killed. He no longer had the Vajra Rui staff. What could he use to fight Uchiha Jun? The most impressive 5 elements ninjutsu. He couldn't even break Uchiha Jun's Susanoo. If he continued to fight, he would be beaten to death by Uchiha Jun. So he made up his mind and took advantage of his good condition to pull Uchiha Jun away. In this way, he might be able to pull a genius to bear the brunt of his burden. As long as he killed Uchiha Jun, the rest of the Uchiha family would not be a concern. Even if he was gone, others could command thousands of ninja troops and completely suppress Uchiha. In this way, maybe he sacrificed, but he got more. For example, his family was no longer in danger of extinction. Konoha would quickly stabilize, and his restoration of Konoha's stability would surely be praised by the world. Fame and wealth, everything can be obtained, so he is willing to do it. Uchiha Jun, you are too much of a threat to Konoha. Today, I must take you with me, let's go. After Sarutobi Hiruzen caught Uchiha Jun, he laughed heartily. Shikikenjenshu, Uchiha Jun's eyes narrowed slightly. The moment he was caught by Sarutobi Hiruzen, he seemed to see the phantom of the Shinigami behind Sarutobi Hiruzen. That's right, it's Shikikenjenshu. Back then, the fourth generation used this forbidden technique to seal the evil nine tails. Now, I also use this forbidden technique to seal the rebellious you. Sarutobi Hiruzen laughed. Then, he pulled it hard. Uchiha Jun felt that his soul was about to be pulled out. He suddenly realized the horror of this forbidden technique. However, he was not panicked at all. He even laughed wildly. Sarutobi Hiruzen, you want to kill me with just a forbidden technique, you underestimate me too much. Amplify 10 times the power. After the power was amplified tenfold, Uchiha Jun began to struggle frantically, trying to break free from Sarutobi Hiruzen's hand. However, to his surprise, he was unable to break free from Sarutobi Hiruzen. Uchiha Jun, forget it. No matter how strong you are, my will can withstand it at this moment. Sarutobi Hiruzen was gambled on everything and wanted to drag Uchiha Jun to death. How could he let Uchiha Jun escape at this time? Even if Uchiha Jun suddenly amplified his power tenfold. Haha Sarutobi Hiruzen, you are more tenacious than I thought, but let's stop here. Uchiha Jun laughed wildly. Sarutobi Hiruzen might be able to rely on his willpower to hold on when he explodes with 10 times the power. But, he is not Orochimaru. After his hands are caught, he cannot perform ninjutsu. He is Uchiha Susanoo. As Uchiha Jun's chakra flows into his eyes, a thin skeleton Susanoo appears on the spot. Holding a shrunken axe, he chops directly at Sarutobi Hiruzen without saying a word. Sarutobi Hiruzen looks at this scene, his face changes slightly. He secretly hates. Uchiha is different from others. Others need both hands to perform ninjutsu. They only need to glare with their eyes. Heaven, how can you be so unkind to me? Although Sarutobi Hiruzen is full of resentment in his heart, but he also acts quickly. If you can't take away Uchiha Jun's entire soul, then take away his hands. As Sarutobi Hiruzen was thinking, the Shinigami phantom behind him quickly swung down the short sword in his hand. With a puff, for a moment, blood gushed out. In this tense moment of racing against time, it was Uchiha Jun's axe that was one step faster than Shinigami's short sword. The axe blade instantly split Sarutobi Hiruzen's body and cut off his two arms at the same time. As a result, Shinigami could not find a target to attack, and finally took away Sarutobi Hiruzen's soul in anger. Sarutobi Hiruzen died. The black curtain could no longer be maintained. It quickly dissipated. Uchiha Jun looked at Sarutobi Hiruzen, both sides of the body and two arms, who was chopped into several pieces by an axe, without joy or pride, and then looked at the battlefield on the other side. At this time, Uchiha's clan land, more than half of the buildings were destroyed. It was completely reduced to ruins. At this time, the battle was extremely fierce. Well, it was Konoha's army, which was beaten badly by the 9 Susanos. It's almost time to end this farce, Uchiha muttered to himself. Then he opened his throat and shouted loudly, Sarutobi Hiruzen is dead. Those who surrender will not be killed. Uchiha Jun's voice had a strong penetrating power and soon spread throughout the battlefield. The people of the Uchiha clan couldn't help but show a touch of joy when they heard Uchiha Jun's words. They shouted in unison, Sarutobi Hiruzen is dead, those who surrender will not be killed. The ninjas of Konoha were struck by lightning in an instant. The third generation master is dead. How could this happen? Isn't he the strongest Hokage in history? How could he be killed by a mere Uchiha? It must be fake. Yes, it must be fake. No, it's true, the third generation master is dead. His body is right there. At this time, Many people also looked towards where Uchiha Jun was. Naturally, they saw the body of the third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen. For a moment, they all became distraught and completely lost their fighting spirit. They also lost their faith. Put down your weapons, and you won't be killed if you surrender. Don't let us say it again. Uchiha Tiehuo shouted loudly. Everyone, don't listen to them. Uchiha rebelled and killed the third generation. They are unforgivable. Everyone, follow me to avenge the third generation. A ninja from the Sarutobi family shouted in shock and anger. However, what greeted him was not the response of a group of ninjas. Instead, a huge axe fell from the sky. With a bang, the man was directly split in half. Those who resisted, the end will be like him. A shadow clone of Uchiha Jun shouted loudly. All the ninjas of the Konoha army shuddered. Although, they were all ninjas and used to fighting. But, this did not mean that they were not afraid of death. Everyone listen up. This war, after all, is just a dispute between us Uchiha and Konoha's high-ranking officials. Konoha's high-ranking officials have been pressing us Uchiha step by step for years. Now, they have even instigated Itachi to massacre our Uchiha clan. Our Uchiha's self-defense counterattack is just to seek justice. Every wrong has its perpetrator, every debt has its creditor. We Uchiha only target Konoha's high-ranking officials and the Sarutobi clan, the Shimura clan, the Mito clan, and the Udine clan. We don't target anyone else. Now, those who have nothing to do with the four major families, quickly step aside. Uchiha Jun drove Susanoo and walked towards the Konoha army. In the Konoha army, those ninjas who had nothing to do with the four major families, who had not received the favor of the third Hokage, and who just wanted to save their lives, suddenly, decisively chose to step aside. Kill. The remaining ninjas who were related to the four major families could not stay any longer. Looking around, after confirming their eyes and forming a tacit understanding, they suddenly jumped up. Uchiha Jun showed no mercy to this. 10 Susanoos were activated at the same time. They ruthlessly encircled and suppressed the ninjas who resisted. Half an hour later, the Uchiha clan was covered with blood and corpses. Nearly 3,000 corpses were left. Among these 3,000 corpses, 1,000 belonged to the Sarutobi clan. 400 belonged to the Tentane clan. 300 belonged to the Shimura clan. 300 belonged to the Mito clan. The others were all civilian ninjas. Some had been killed before, while others were loyal to Sarutobi Hiruzen and participated in the riot. The Konoha shinobi who retreated to the side were already trembling with fear when they saw this scene. It was too terrible and too ruthless. The remnants of the four major families have been cleared out. Everyone of the Uchiha family. Now it's our turn to fight back. Everyone, follow me to destroy the four major families. Uchiha Jun shouted to the surrounding Uchiha people. Long live. Upon hearing this, the people of the Uchiha clan cheered immediately, and after tidying up, they followed Uchiha Jun to kill the four major families. Uchiha Jun did not take all 10 Susanoos away. Instead, he left 4 Susanoos to guard the more than 4,000, nearly 5,000 ninjas. If these people were left alone, maybe they would cause some trouble. After Uchiha Jun left with 5 Susanoos, the shadow clone who stayed behind spoke loudly, "Everyone listen to my orders. Clean up the battlefield and gather all the bodies." After hearing this, the ninjas looked around and took action. On the other side, when Uchiha Jun led less than 100 Uchiha clan ninjas to kill the four major families, halfway, suddenly met Mikoto Homura and Uditane Kaharu with a group of ninjas from big families rushing over. The two sides were less than 100 meters apart and stopped tacitly. The ninja coalition looked at the 6 tall Susanoo. My scalp tingled. Let them fight with such opponents. Are you kidding me? For a moment, all the ninjas from big families were backing off in their hearts. Another group of enemies coming. Uchiha Jun narrowed his eyes slightly. Hyuga Hiyashi, Nara Shikaku, do you also want to go to war with us Uchiha? No, we just heard the noise, so we came to see, and we definitely don't have the idea of fighting with you Uchiha. You are Uchiha Jun, what's the situation now? Shikaku hurriedly denied it after hearing it, and then asked again. Sarutobi Hiruzen has been beheaded by me. Shimura Danzo fled from the battlefield. As for the 8,000 ninjas that Sarutobi Hiruzen relied on, I beheaded 3,000 of them, and the rest have surrendered. Uchiha Jun raised his lips and told Shikaku and others the battle situation calmly. Hiss. The ninjas from the major families gasped. And Mitoman Kaoru and Udatane Kaharu were dizzy. It was like a bolt from the blue. You actually killed Hiruzen. Udatane Kaharu screamed angrily. How dare you? He is the third Hokage, the leader of our Konoha. Why not? No matter who he is, as long as he dares to attack us Uchiha, he must be prepared to be killed. Don't be angry. Next, it's your turn. Uchiha Jun sneered. Are you going to kill us again? Mikoto Homura was shocked and angry. Humph, the four of you are in cahoots with each other and have been suppressing and excluding us Uchiha. Sarutobi Hiruzen is guilty, and you two are also guilty. Uchiha Jun sneered. You are indeed the evil Uchiha clan, rebelling against your superiors and lawless. Mikoto Homura cursed angrily. Hiashi, Shikaku, what are you all doing? Hurry up and kill these evil sinners who are lawless and rebelling against their superiors. Udatane Kaharu screamed angrily. Uchiha Jun heard this, and did not rush to refute, but looked at Hiashi, Shikaku and others with amusement. Hiashi and Shikaku felt a tingling sensation. Uchiha Jun had just killed the third generation, forced Danzo to flee, and beheaded 3,000 people, forcing the army to surrender. That already showed how terrifying he was. Let them go. They had no doubt that when they really took action, the fate of Sarutobi Hiruzen and others would probably be their fate. Kaharu advisor. Didn't I say before that we are not here to attack Uchiha? If that's the case, don't talk nonsense. Yes, Kaharu advisor, Uchiha is also a member of our Konoha, and we are all partners. How could we possibly take action against Uchiha? Hiashi quickly responded to Shikaku. Udatane Kaharu was furious. His eyes swept across the faces of the heads of the major families. Looking at their various expressions, the only thing he didn't think of was a fight. My heart was chilled. You guys mean the same thing. Kaharu, we all think that no matter what conflicts occur within us, we can sit down and negotiate properly. There is no need to resort to violence. This will not solve the problem except for increasing casualties and hurting the harmony. One person said, and the others nodded in agreement. Okay, you guys are awesome. Udatane Kaharu was so angry that she trembled all over. She didn't expect that the person who was just obedient would turn around and stab her in the back. Uchiha Jun watched the show for a while and suddenly felt bored. He said, okay, since you are not here to start a war, then step aside. Jun, can you spare the lives of Kaharu and Yan? Shikaku begged. Frightened by Uchiha Jun's 6 Susanos, they didn't dare to Uchiha. But they also didn't want to see Udatane Kaharu and Mikoto Homura die. After all, according to Uchiha Jun, Sarutobi was dead and Danzo escaped. If the two of them die again, Konoha, I am afraid that no one will be able to compete with Uchiha in the future. Moreover, with so many people dying overnight, there will inevitably be a great turmoil next. Shikaku and the others don't want to be tossed like this. Naturally, they want to save the two. What are you talking about in your sleep? Not only are the two of them going to die, but the 4 major families of Sarutobi, Shimura, Midogate, and Tachina will all be destroyed. If you want to destroy my Uchiha clan, you must be prepared to be exterminated by me, Uchiha. Uchiha sneered and said. Shikaku and others' faces suddenly changed. They didn't expect that Uchiha-jun was so cruel. He was actually rushing to exterminate the clan. Do you really want to go to this extent? Shikaku said bitterly. If the enemy can go, I can go too. Tooth for tooth, blood for blood, this is Uchiha. So, either you roll aside and watch carefully. Or, just like them, be enemies with me, Uchiha, and as for persuasion, there is no need. Uchiha Jun said coldly. Give you 3 seconds to think about it. 3. 2. This matter has nothing to do with us, we don't care. Hyuga Hiashi said immediately. Then he led the Hyuga clan and stepped aside. Other ninjas followed suit, and Shikaku did not dare to confront Uchiha Jun at this time. Although the wise man has extraordinary wisdom, he can't talk to the reckless man at all. He could only follow the crowd and silently stepped aside. Soon, only Udatane Kaharu and Mikoto Homura, as well as their few guards, were left there. The Hyuga clan usually claims to be the best ninja clan in Konoha, but they were easily bullied by a 16-year-old boy from the Uchiha family and left with their tails between their legs. Hiyashi, you really made your Hyuga clan proud. The Ino-Shika-Cho clans have been favored by Sarutobi for so many years, and this is how you repay him. Shikaku, Kaiichi, Choza, ask yourselves, are you worthy of Hiruzen? And your clans have no backbone at all, it's really shameful. Come on. Advisor Kaharu. Udatane Kaharu was interrupted before he finished speaking. The person who interrupted him was Hiyashi. You speak so badly of us, but you don't even look at what your 4 major families have done over the years. You 4 people hold the power of Konoha and completely regard Konoha as something in your pocket. Aren't the people who take advantage of the village and dig into the corners of the village your 4 major families? In the 3 ninja world wars, I dare say that all of our families have made efforts and contributions. But what did your 4 major families do? When the war started, you arranged your people to the logistics. There was a shortage of manpower on the battlefield, but they were not allowed to be transferred. When the credits were calculated, the people of your 4 major families were higher than others. Usually, they occupied various positions in the village and did nothing. Except for Ino-Shika-Cho, who can drink soup with you, which of our families has not been suppressed by you? You still have the nerve to bark here. What do you mean? This remark should be what Hiyashi has been holding back for a long time. That is, he would say it so happily and mercilessly only when he was completely torn apart. Udatane Kaharu was furious. I didn't expect that this respectful guy would say such vicious words. Let's end the farce here. Uchiha-jun interrupted the quarrel between Udatane Kaharu and Hyuga Hiyashi. He was not interested in watching these people quarreling. After all, he was very busy tonight. Kill. After saying that, Uchiha-jun manipulated Susanoo to rush towards Udatane Kaharu and Mikoto Homura. Kill. Facing Uchiha-jun's attack, Udatane Kaharu and Mikoto Homura did not sit and wait for death, but chose to fight Uchiha-jun to the end. Several guards around them took action immediately after hearing their orders. They were also quickly forming seals. Water style, fire style, earth style, lightning style, wind style. Instantly, countless ninjutsu quickly bombarded Uchiha-jun. Uchiha-jun's expression did not fluctuate at all. He directly swung the giant axe and slapped all the attacking ninjutsu. With a loud bang, the wind blew back, and wherever the giant axe passed, all the ninjutsu were shattered. Then, a mace came smashing. Udatane Kaharu and Mikoto Homura had been raised and respected for many years. Their strength had been wasted for many years, which was really horrible. Their guards had not experienced battles for many years and had little strength. Uchiha-jun manipulated Susanoo and completely solved them in 3 or 5 strokes. Hiyashi and others who retreated to the side were shocked by the overwhelming fighting power of Uchiha-jun. Moreover, this was only one Susanoo, and there were 5 beside it. If all of them were deployed, the effect, the lineup, I dare not imagine it at all. At least, with their strength, no matter which tribe they were from, they were not qualified to fight against Uchiha-jun. It was indeed a wise choice to give in. Udatane Kaharu and Mikoto Homura were killed. We continue to set off. Uchiha-jun looked at Hiyashi and others with a playful look. He said to the Uchiha tribe members behind him, "Long live the tribe leader." The Uchiha tribe members cheered. Tribal leader. Where is Fugaku? Was he abolished, or? Hiyashi and others were confused after hearing this. Uchiha-jun ignored them and led the Uchiha clan members to continue killing the 4 major families. Hiyashi, Shikaku and others looked at the Uchiha people going away. They stared at each other for a while. Konoha is going to change. Shikaku sighed. Although I don't want to admit it, from now on, Konoha will probably enter the Uchiha era. Since it can't be changed, let's accept this result as soon as possible. We'll go first, Hyuga Hiyashi said. Then, he led the Hyuga clan away. We're leaving too, Shikaku said to Choza and Hiei next to him. They needed to go back and discuss what attitude they needed to take to face the future situation of Konoha and Uchiha. After Ino-Shika-Cho left, other ninja clans also left. Perhaps, they were not as smart as Shikaku. But, they were able to pass down from the Sengoku era to the present. None of these ninja clans were stupid. They also knew very well what kind of changes would happen in Konoha next. They also had to prepare as soon as possible. After the major ninja clans dispersed, Uchiha Jun also began to divide his troops into 6 groups and attack the 4 major families, the Hokage building and the root headquarters at the same time. Uchiha Jun himself took Uchiha Tiehuo and 12 Uchiha ninjas to the clan land of the Sarutobi clan. He still attached great importance to the Sarutobi clan. In the past life, there was a joke on the internet, saying that Sarutobi Hiruzen had been the Hokage for decades and finally developed a 3,000-strong ninja army for the Sarutobi clan. He didn't know if this was true. But, in the previous battle of the Uchiha clan's land, he counted the number of people killed in the Sarutobi clan, and there were a full 1,000 people. You know, in the heyday of the Uchiha clan, there were not even 1,000 ninjas. And the Sarutobi clan, just a war of genocide, dispatched thousands of ninjas. This shows how terrible their foundation is. Moreover, that is definitely not all the ninjas of the Sarutobi clan. The Sarutobi clan must still have a large number of ninjas hidden. So, it's better for me to come here in person, which is more stable. However, when Uchiha Jun led a dozen people to kill into the Sarutobi clan's land, suddenly found that the Sarutobi clan, such a large land, did not even have one person. Uchiha Jun asked Uchiha Tiehuo to lead people to search back and forth several times, and found that in addition to finding some things that could not be carried, not to mention people, even some valuable things could not be found. The Sarutobi clan actually ran away. Chief, judging from the already cold food, the Sarutobi clan may have left half an hour ago. Uchiha Tiehuo said to Uchiha Jun. It seems that they are prepared. After thinking for a moment, Uchiha Jun said, when I fought with Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo, Sarutobi Hiruzen once left the battlefield for a while. He summoned a monkey over. I am afraid that at that time, in addition to letting the monkey inform Udatane Kaharu and Mikoto Homura to pull people over to support him, I am afraid that he also let the monkey tip off and let the Sarutobi clan evacuate in advance. He didn't know. Sarutobi Hiruzen opened the 10 Suzanos. He had already secretly signaled to let the Sarutobi clan quietly come back and inform the clan members to evacuate Konoha. His eldest son, Sarutobi Shinosuke, was the leader. I'm afraid that's true. Sarutobi Hiruzen, he asked other ninja clans to come to support him, but secretly asked his clan members to evacuate. It's disgusting that he did this. Uchiha Tiehuo said. But not everyone is like Itachi, that fool, who was fooled by others and showed his butcher knife to his clan members. Itachi should also see how the beast Sarutobi Hiruzen, whom he respected, treated his clan. Uchiha Jun cursed. The clan leader is right, but I'm afraid that Itachi, that beast, will not change even if he sees it. Tiehuo said. You're right, Itachi is a beast who is harsh to his own people, but kind to outsiders. Maybe he will turn around and scold us for being ungrateful, saying that the third Hokage has worked hard for Konoha for so many years, so what's wrong with being a little selfish? Uchiha Jun couldn't help but sneer when he heard this. The Uchiha clan also laughed sarcastically when they heard this. Chief, the Sarutobi clan has run away, so the other 3 clans, won't they run away too? Uchiha Tiehuo suddenly said with some concern. No, Uchiha Jun rejected it without even thinking about it. If they really wanted to run away, Udatane Kaharu and Mikoto Homura would not lead the ninjas of the major clans to support Sarutobi Hiruzen. As for the Shimura family, I feel that Danzo attaches more importance to the root. Even if he wants to run away, Danzo will only take the people of the root. Although all the root members that Danzo brought to the Uchiha clan were killed before. But, Uchiha Jun is sure that it is definitely not all the people of the root. After all, Aburame Ryoma, who Danzo relies on the most, did not appear in the Uchiha clan. The root should still have an elite force. The Sarutobi clan won't disappear out of thin air. Tiehuo, take your people to search the Sarutobi clan's land carefully again to see if you can find any secret passages. Also, send people to the street and the gate to check to see if you can find any clues. If you have any news, go to the Hokage building immediately and report to me. I'll go to the Hokage building first. Uchiha Jun said in a deep voice. He suddenly thought of Konoha's ninjutsu inheritance scroll, the Book of Seals. I don't know if the Book of Seals was taken back to the Sarutobi clan by Sarutobi Hiruzen as his own. Then, it was taken away by the Sarutobi clan. If that's the case, then no matter where the Sarutobi clan runs, he must find them in the shortest time. Then, find the Book of Seals back. Otherwise, there may be even bigger troubles later. Yes, Tiehuo's face became serious. Afterwards, he led a group of clan members to get busy. Uchiha Jun left the Sarutobi clan's territory and walked towards the Hokage building. At the same time, on the other side, Shimura clan territory. A dozen Uchiha clan members set up a large formation to completely block the entire Shimura clan. Kill. Uchiha Jun's shadow clone controlled Susanoo and rushed towards the Shimura clan from the main gate. Who dares to be so presumptuous in my Shimura clan? Several guards cursed on the spot. Your grandfather. Uchiha Jun shouted. He swung the giant axe and swept towards those people. Boom. Several people were killed on the spot. After that, Uchiha Jun smashed the gate of the Shimura clan with a stick, broke into the Shimura clan's territory, and began to run rampant. He walked on the road and chopped down the house he met. He was domineering and unscrupulous. In less than 20 minutes, the entire Shimura clan's territory was filled with blood and corpses. At this time, the Shimura clan leader fell in a pool of blood. He looked at Uchiha Jun with reluctance and anger. Karma is reincarnation. Retribution is inevitable. Uchiha Jun, today you relied on your strength to slaughter the Shimura clan recklessly. In the future, there will definitely be stronger people who will slaughter your entire Uchiha clan. It is indeed karma. Retribution is inevitable. Your 4 major families are determined to wipe out my entire Uchiha clan, but failed. Now, it is naturally my Uchiha family's turn to wipe out your entire clan. Uchiha Jun looked down at the Shimura clan leader. What a sin. Upon hearing this, the Shimura clan leader was so angry that he vomited blood and died. Boring. Uchiha Jun curled his lips. It's your turn next. Uchiha Jun said to Uchiha Yashura and others who had already gathered here. Yes, Uchiha Yashura responded, and then took a dozen clansmen to carry out a second purge of the Shimura clan. After all, just now, Uchiha Jun only killed those who were strong and capable of resistance. It was still a long way from killing the last descendant of the Shimura clan. 10 minutes later, the Shimura clan, all the crying and roaring in the clan, completely disappeared. Not long after, Yashura brought people back. Chief, all the people of the Shimura clan have been dealt with. Burn the bodies together, and then take away all the wealth of the Shimura family. Uchiha Jun said in a deep voice. Yes, when the Shimura clan was destroyed, the Mito clan and the Mito clan were also experiencing similar scenes. Facing Susanoo's rampage, they couldn't resist at all. Soon, except for the Sarutobi clan, the 3 clans of Shimura, Mito clan and the Sarutobi clan became a thing of the past. On the other side, when another shadow clone of Uchiha Jun drove Susanoo and brought more than a dozen clan members to the root headquarters. But they encountered trouble, the ninjas at the root base. They were obviously prepared for Uchiha Jun's attack. Those ninjas did not bother with Uchiha Jun. When they saw Uchiha Jun, they turned around and ran away without saying a word. When Uchiha Jun chased them, they did not hesitate to detonate the explosive talismans that had been buried. For several times in a row, the Uchiha clansmen were also covered in dust for a while. In the end, Uchiha Jun had to let his clansmen guard outside. He broke into the root headquarters alone. However, when Uchiha Jun almost killed his way through the entire root headquarters and entered the deepest level, a pile of explosive talismans that had been prepared for a long time suddenly exploded. With a bang, the entire root headquarters, along with Uchiha Jun, was blown into the sky. A huge pit with a radius of several hundred meters was formed. For a moment, the whole Konoha felt a strong vibration. Although Uchiha Jun's shadow clone was protected by Susanoo, it was only a shadow clone after all. It exploded directly after being hit by the energy wave of the explosion. What is that? Uchiha Jun, who was rushing to the Hokage building, suddenly stopped and looked in the direction of the explosion. Suddenly, a memory came back to his mind. It was the memory of the shadow clone in charge of the root headquarters. He raised his eyebrows. Danzo, this fool, is really cruel. He even blew up his own nest. But in this case, wouldn't the bodies of the first generation be destroyed as well? No, it should be taken away by Danzo. After all, the remains of the first generation are the most precious things in this world. Even if you take it to trade with Orochimaru, you can get a lot of things in exchange. Danzo, it's impossible to give up. But no matter what, you still have to send another shadow clone to take a look. Muttered to himself. The spirit that was exhausted by the negative influence of shadow clone has recovered under the repair of high-speed regeneration. Then, another shadow clone was separated. Go. Understood. The shadow clone responded and flew towards the root headquarters. Uchiha Jun continued to walk towards the Hokage building. Chapter 21. When Uchiha Jun himself came to the Hokage building, all the Anbu ninjas in the Hokage building were cleared out. Only the Uchiha clan was guarding nearby. Those people saw Uchiha Jun coming. They immediately approached. They greeted respectfully. Master Clan Leader. Although Uchiha Jun had only been the clan leader of the Uchiha clan for less than 2 hours. But at this time, he had already won the recognition and conviction of everyone. There was no way. Everything was afraid of comparison. Fugaku had been in office for more than 10 years, but he had not done many practical things for Uchiha, and had not brought many substantial benefits to Uchiha. He was fickle internally. He was submissive externally. Such a big Uchiha was in his hands, being deceived, imprisoned, and monitored, and dared not speak out. There was even a case where the young clan leader betrayed the family and massacred the clan members. All these things showed the incompetence of Uchiha Fugaku. And what about Uchiha Jun? First, he defeated Itachi's plot. Then, he killed the third Hokage Sarutobi Hiruzen. Then, he forced the ninja army that besieged the Uchiha clan to surrender and beheaded 3,000 people. Then, he led his men to destroy the 4 major families and took over the Hokage building. During this period, he also killed 2 advisors, Udatane Kaharu and Mitokato Homura. These things one by one. No matter which one, it was done by one person. It was enough for him to be admired for decades. However, these things were done by Uchiha Jun in just one night. The members of the Uchiha clan also saw him create miracles step by step with their own eyes. They were naturally in awe of Uchiha Jun, the new clan leader. How is it going? Uchiha Jun nodded and asked casually. The whole process of us taking over the Hokage building went very smoothly, without any accidents. Everything in the Hokage building is well preserved. Your shadow clone should know the specific situation better, clan leader. The clan member said. Really, I understand. Uchiha Jun nodded and walked directly into the Hokage building. Not long after, Uchiha Jun found his shadow clone in the Hokage's office. Can you find the Book of Seals? Uchiha Jun himself was not polite and asked directly. You can see for yourself. Uchiha Jun's shadow clone exploded directly and turned into a cloud of white smoke. From time to time, a memory flooded into Uchiha Jun's mind. Uchiha Jun knew immediately. The Book of Seals is still there. And it is in this Hokage's office. It's the Sarutobi clan who is smart and didn't take the Book of Seals away. Otherwise, I must chase them to the end of the world. Uchiha Jun sneered. Then he walked to the Hokage's office chair and sat down. Looking down, he soon saw a huge scroll. It was standing there. Uchiha Jun was not polite, took it, put it on the table, and started reading. The sealed book recorded countless ninjutsu and forbidden technique. From the lowest level 3 body technique to the highest level flying thunder god technique, reanimation jutsu, dark technique, and 8 inner gates. Almost all Konoha shinobi techniques that appeared in the anime were recorded in it. Even many ninjutsu that had never appeared were recorded in it. After reading it, Uchiha Jun was not only enlightened, but also confirmed that the book was real and had not been replaced. At this time, someone knocked on the door of the Hokage's office. Uchiha Jun rolled up the seal book and said, "Come in." Soon, the door was pushed open and Uchiha Tiehuo walked in. "Master, we have figured it out. More than an hour ago, more than 3,000 people from the Sarutobi clan, adults with children, teenagers supporting the elderly, hurriedly fled Konoha from the gate. Should we chase them?" Uchiha Tiehuo said in a deep voice. The Sarutobi clan actually still has more than 3,000 people. Uchiha Jun's eyes widened. Yes, according to all the witnesses, the Sarutobi clan still has more than 3,000 people, of which the elderly, children, and pregnant women are about 1,300. And the number of people with ninja strength is about 2,000. Uchiha Tiehuo said. Sarutobi Hiruzen is amazing. Uchiha-jun couldn't help but exclaimed when he heard it. Yes, who would have thought that when Konoha was first established, the Sarutobi clan, which had less than 300 people, would quietly grow nearly 20 times in just a few decades. This shows how much money and wealth the Sarutobi Hiruzen has taken from Konoha since he took office. Chief, let's go after the Sarutobi clan. As long as we destroy the Sarutobi clan, then, the wealth that Sarutobi Hiruzen has plundered for many years will belong to us Uchiha. Uchiha Tiehuo said with a fiery look in his eyes. He was so greedy for the wealth of the Sarutobi clan. He wanted to grab it all immediately. Tiehuo, your vision is still too short-sighted. After controlling Konoha, will our Uchiha still lack money? Will we still lack resources? Uchiha-jun shook his head and smiled. No, Tiehuo was stunned, then shook his head. Yes, as long as we can control Konoha, we will never lack money and resources, so there is no need to be jealous of others. Uchiha-jun smiled faintly. Then we won't chase the Sarutobi clan. Uchiha Tiehuo asked. We still have to chase them, but they have been walking for more than an hour. Moreover, there are more than 2,000 people with ninja abilities, running with more than 1,000 children, pregnant women, and elderly people. In the case of running for their lives, how far do you think they can run in an hour? Uchiha-jun asked. If they run at full speed, at least 70 to 80 kilometers, hundreds of kilometers are not impossible. Uchiha Tiehuo said after thinking for a while. Ninjas are completely different from ordinary people. Ordinary people can run 20 kilometers in an hour, which is the limit. For ninjas, running 70 to 80 kilometers in an hour is not a problem at all, and running hundreds of kilometers in the case of running for their lives is not impossible. Yes, they have gone so far, and we can't be sure which direction they went. We can't be sure whether they have scattered and run. It's not easy to catch up with them, Uchiha-jun said in a deep voice. Although, Uchiha-jun guessed that the Sarutobi clan would go to the Fire City after escaping Konoha. After all, Sarutobi Asuma is also there. They can easily settle down there. However, nothing is absolute. After all, this is a choice related to the fate of the entire family. They may not choose to hide in 3 burrows. Spread the risk. Escape in multiple ways. So, Uchiha-jun thinks that they should not be pushed too hard now. Otherwise, if they hide directly, they don't know where to find them. Only when they are all gathered. Then attack them. That is the real one-shot kill. Then what should we do next? Uchiha Tiehuo asked hurriedly. Go to Elder Setsuna and ask for a few clansmen who did not participate in the war, are full of energy, are full of spirit, and are relatively smart. Then go to the Hyuga family, the Inuzuka family, and the Aburame family and ask them for a few people. Form several tracking teams to track the Sarutobi clan. Remember, after finding the people of the Sarutobi clan, don't alarm them. We just need to control their movements and secretly monitor them. When we find the right opportunity, we will annihilate them in one fell swoop. Uba-jun said in a deep voice. Understood. Uchiha Tiehuo's eyes lit up. As expected of the clan leader, you think more deeply than me. Tiehuo said with admiration. Immediately, his brows knitted. Clan leader, our relationship with Hyuga, Aburame, and Inuzuka was average before. Will they cooperate with us? Before, they might not cooperate, but now, do they dare? Uchiha-jun sneered. Things are different now, unless they really want to die, otherwise, they can only hurry to please Uchiha. Go. Yes. After Uchiha Tiehuo responded, he quickly took action. After Uchiha Tiehuo left, Uchiha-jun began to wander around the Hokage building. Before he awakened his past life memories, he also came to the Hokage building. But, at that time, he mostly came for missions. He came and went in a hurry. He never stayed for long. Now, the situation is different. From now on, this is his territory. So he needs to get familiar with everything here as soon as possible. Especially the library where the scrolls were collected. After staying there for about 2 more hours, He had some understanding of the layout and some situations in the Hokage building. At this time, his shadow clone returned to the main body one after another. First, he was responsible for the Shimura clan. The Shimura clan is the family with the smallest population and the least wealth among the 4 major families. Yashira and others opened more than a dozen shadow clone one by one to collect, count, and deal with the corpses. Although it was very tiring, the speed was still very fast. After Uchiha Jun's shadow clone disappeared, they directly used the sealing scroll to take the looted wealth back to Uchiha. Then, it was the Mito clan. Then, it was the Tentane clan. Recently, it was responsible for the root headquarters base. At the root, Danzo really packed up all the things he needed and took them away. And the things he didn't need to take were all destroyed in the previous wave of shocking explosions. The shadow clone newly sent by Uchiha Jun. Except for walking around in the giant pit, nothing useful was found. After all shadow clone returned, Uchiha Jun, even with high-speed regeneration, felt a wave of fatigue rising from his heart. I'm really exhausted today. Forget about the rest and do it tomorrow. Go home and sleep. Muttering to himself, Uchiha Jun walked out of the Hokage building and headed towards the Uchiha clan. Only one Uchiha clan member remained to guard the Hokage. In the future, this place will be his territory. Naturally, he can't just ignore it. Let others break in. But Uchiha Tiehuo. After he left, he asked 3 clan members to go home and ask Uchiha Satsuna for people. He took almost 2 other clan members to visit the 3 Hyuga clans. The first one he visited was naturally the Hyuga clan. After all, they are both I clans. It is also the clan with the second strongest power after Uchiha. Uchiha Tiehuo still attaches great importance to it. The Hyuga clan heard that Uchiha Tiehuo was coming to visit. Hiashi interrupted a family meeting and met with Uchiha Tiehuo immediately. After Uchiha Tiehuo explained his purpose, Hyuga Hiashi did not hesitate at all. Agreed directly, even sent several Jonin-level branch house ninjas to assist Uchiha in tracking the Sarutobi clan. As the saying goes, a man who knows the times is a hero. At this time, the Sarutobi clan was already a setting sun. And the Uchiha clan was the rising sun. A qualified clan leader knew which side to stand on and what choice to make. Moreover, Hiashi still had a grudge against Sarutobi Hiruzen for forcing his brother Hizashi to death because of the Cloud Shinobi incident 4 years ago. He wanted to give the Sarutobi clan some eye drops. Not afraid at all, the Sarutobi clan hated them Hyuga. I didn't expect that our Uchiha clan's reputation would still be so good. It's really a matter of time, and this year it's my turn. After walking out of the Hyuga clan's clan territory, Uchiha Tiehuo sighed in his heart. Before this, he really never thought that the people of the Hyuga clan would be so easy to talk to. Almost rushed to get close. After visiting Hyuga, Uchiha Tetsuka visited the Inuzuka clan again. As a result, they were more solemn than the Hyuga clan. Especially after hearing Uchiha Tetsuka's goal. He immediately patted his chest and assured Uchiha Tetsuka that there was no problem. Then, several stronger clansmen were sent to cooperate with the Uchiha clan to track the Sarutobi clan. Finally, it was the Aburame clan. They were also like Hyuga and Inuzuka, and they wanted to cooperate with the Uchiha clan wholeheartedly. In fact, compared with Hyuga and Inuzuka, the Aburame clan was more afraid that the Uchiha clan would cause trouble for them. Because not only did their clan have 2 people serving Danzo at the root, but they also participated in the war with Uchiha tonight. They were also afraid that Uchiha would be petty and think about them. They were very happy to be able to use this matter to get along well with Uchiha. Soon, 8 tracking teams were formed. Each team has 4 people. The leader is a member of the Uchiha clan. There are 3 other team members, including members of the Hyuga, Inuzuka, and Aburame clans. After watching the 8 teams leave, Uchiha Tiehuo returned to Uchiha. When Uchiha Jun returned to Uchiha, he saw Uchiha Satsuna, who was commanding the thousands of Konoha shinobi who surrendered, to clean up the ruins. He even used the materials in the ruins to build new houses. At this time, the entire Uchiha clan was working hard. "Chief, you are back." At this time, a sharp-eyed girl saw Uchiha Jun and immediately went over to greet him. "It's Izumi, are you okay?" Uchiha-jun recognized her identity as soon as the girl came over. Uchiha-jun and Izumi are old acquaintances. After all, Uchiha-jun is an orphan and lives on the edge of the Uchiha clan. Izumi is from a single-parent family and also lives on the edge of the clan. The two families are not too far apart, so they always meet from time to time. In addition, they are all young people. There are always topics to talk about. They became familiar with each other after a few visits. "I'm fine," the girl responded, and then said in a depressed mood, "But my mother was killed by Itachi." "My condolences," Uchiha-jun sighed. "There are more than Izumi's mother who died in the Uchiha clan tonight. Itachi, this fool, deserves to die." Izumi shook his head, looked at Uchiha-jun and said, "But I still want to thank the clan leader, because the clan leader killed Itachi, which can be regarded as revenge for my mother. It's just that I have some regrets that I can't kill the beast Itachi with my own hands." In the past, Izumi had some good feelings for Itachi. But after Itachi did such an inhumane thing, she only had hatred and murderous intent towards Itachi. "Although I can't revive Itachi and let you kill him again, the disaster of our Uchiha clan is not just Itachi's fault. Sarutobi Hiruzen, Shimura Danzo are the masterminds behind the scenes. Now, although Sarutobi Hiruzen has been killed, Shimura Danzo, a member of the Sarutobi clan, is still alive. Izumi, if you want to kill your enemy, you still have a chance." Uchiha-jun said. "Shimura Danzo. I've heard of him. When the clan members were excluded and monitored, they always called him a vindictive, unscrupulous, insidious and cunning lion majesty, a rat lurking in the gutter. In the past, I thought that the clan members had too much prejudice against him. Now it seems that this fool is really a vicious villain," Izumi said indignantly. Then, he looked at Uchiha-jun sincerely. "Patriarch, please give me a chance. I want to kill Danzo and the Sarutobi clan myself." Izumi was so excited. The Sharingan in her eyes was revealed involuntarily. At this time, Izumi's Sharingan had evolved to 3 Magatama. It can be seen. Her mother's death was a great stimulus to her. "Okay." Uchiha-jun nodded. Then he changed the subject. "However, your strength is still a little bit lacking. Come to me tomorrow, maybe I can make you stronger." Although Izumi awakened the 3 Tomo Sharingan. But, in Uchiha-jun's opinion, her strength is not very good. At the same time, Uchiha-jun suddenly had some other ideas in his mind. So, he decided to test Izumi. "Thank you, Patriarch." Izumi was determined in his heart, and hurriedly bowed to Uchiha-jun to thank him. "Izumi, we have known each other since childhood, there is no need to be so unfamiliar, just call me what you used to call me now." Uchiha-jun said with a faint smile. "Okay, Junji-e." Izumi hesitated for a moment and nodded. Uchiha-jun smiled faintly. "Now call Junji-e, and I'll let you call Junji-e in the future. It's getting late, go back and rest early. Tomorrow, we still have a lot of things to do." "Yes," Izumi nodded and responded, although her mother's death made her feel very sad. But she still decided to listen to Uchiha-jun's words and go back to rest. Even if she couldn't sleep, she would lie on the bed for a while. After Izumi turned around and left, Uchiha Satsuna and others immediately surrounded him. "Patriarch, you are back." "Yes," Uchiha-jun nodded. "Elder Satsuna, how many people of our Uchiha clan died tonight?" Uchiha-jun asked. "According to the basic statistics, our Uchiha clan died 423 people tonight." Uchiha Satsuna heard Uchiha-jun's words and replied with some sadness on his face. "You know, the population of their Uchiha clan is just over 1,000. Now 423 people have died directly. Almost half. It is really a heavy loss. Not only Uchiha-jun, all the clan members who gathered here are heavy-hearted at this moment. It's all the fault of that beast Uchiha Itachi. And that high-level person. Quote, quote, collect all the bodies of the clan members, and we will bury them together in 2 days." Uchiha-jun said in a deep voice. "It has been collected. The 108 people from the security department are still in the morgue of the security department. The 315 people in the clan have all been moved to the ancestral hall in the back mountain." Uchiha said in a deep voice. "That's good." Uchiha-jun nodded. "Where are the bodies of the Konoha shinobi? Your shadow clone had the surrendered Konoha shinobi burn them." All the ashes were scattered in the Nanga River to feed the fish. Uchiha Satsuna responded. Really? Uchiha-jun nodded. Those people died in the attack on Uchiha. Uchiha-jun would naturally not keep their bodies. Nor would he bury them in the martyrs' cemetery for people to worship. This is good. Go call Kakashi, Uchiha-jun said in a deep voice. Yes. As soon as the words fell, a tribesman rushed towards Kakashi. Soon he brought Kakashi over. Just now, when Uchiha-jun asked people to surrender, Kakashi did not choose to fight to the death with Uchiha-jun. He chose to step aside tactfully. So, he did not die. After Uchiha-jun looked at Kakashi, he said, Kakashi, what do you think of this war? Kakashi was silent for a long time. No answer. Why, is this answer difficult? Uchiha-jun asked. I don't have any opinion, it's just that the winners are the kings and the losers are the bandits. Kakashi heard what Uchiha-jun said. No longer silent, he said very straightforwardly. I like your statement. Uchiha-jun laughed. He didn't care about justice or injustice. Rebel or not, legal or not, as long as he can win, he can do whatever he wants. In the words of someone, there are great scholars who will debate for me. Sarutobi Hiruzen, Udatane Kaharu, Mitokato Homura are dead, Shimura, Teni, Mito clans were also destroyed by me, only Shimura Danzo and Sarutobi clan escaped Konoha. Now, the whole Konoha is in the hands of my Uchiha clan. Under this circumstance, Kakashi, you should not make trouble again. Kakashi was stunned for a while. Uchiha-jun looked at him and didn't care. Kakashi, I have a task for you. What task? Kakashi had some reaction at this time and asked. Jinchuriki is an unstable existence. You go and take care of him, is it okay? Uchiha-jun asked in a deep voice. Kakashi was stunned. He didn't expect it. Uchiha-jun gave him this task. Jinchuriki, isn't it Uzumaki Naruto? The teacher's child. He looks like the teacher, but his personality is like the teacher's wife. Before, the third generation would not let him get close to Naruto easily. Now, Uchiha-jun actually asked him to watch over Naruto. It was really beyond his expectation. Kakashi responded immediately without thinking, no problem. Then he will be handed over to you. Uchiha-jun said. Then can I leave? Kakashi asked. Yes. Hearing this, Kakashi did not hesitate and turned around and left. Chief, why did you leave Jinchuriki to Kakashi to take care of? Looking at Kakashi who was going away, Uchiha Satsuna and a group of tribesmen were very puzzled. Jinchuriki is not very helpful to us now. It is tasteless to eat and a pity to abandon it. We don't have to waste time on him. Let Kakashi take over, it's better. Uchiha-jun smiled indifferently. What if he Jinchuriki rebels? Uchiha Satsuna worried. From his previous performance, he is not loyal to Sarutobi Hiruzen. He should only care about Konoha. Here, he has too many memories and things he is attached to. He will not betray Konoha easily. Now, we have occupied Konoha. Next, we will take the position of Hokage legitimately and occupy the righteousness. At that time, he will have no reason to rebel. Uchiha-jun said in a deep voice. If nothing unexpected happens, it might be as you said. But, what if Jiraiya and Tsunade come back quietly to persuade him? Uchiha Satsuna said in a deep voice. Then let's wait until Jiraiya and Tsunade come back. Uchiha-jun said disapprovingly. Everyone was silent for a while. Then they didn't dwell on this issue too much. Okay, it's late at night, let these ninjas go back, we should rest, tomorrow, there are still many things waiting for us. Uchiha-jun glanced at the surrendered ninjas who were still working and said. You are the clan leader, you have the final say. Uchiha Satsuna said indifferently. The war is over. Even if all these people are let go, they can't make any waves. And, even if something unexpected really happens, there is still Chia-jun. Uchiha-jun was able to suppress them once before. Naturally, he can suppress them twice. And, these people are the living force of Konoha. It is also a force that can be used by them. In this case, why do they keep them here if they are not released? Do they really want to keep them here until they die? That is obviously impossible. After Uchiha Satsuna led people to send these ninjas away, Uchiha-jun also took back the 4 shadow clone that he left in the clan. For a moment, a strong sense of fatigue suddenly hit him. At this time, Uchiha-jun just wanted to find a big bed. Have a good sleep. Others don't want to care about anything. Although, Uchiha-jun's house is on the edge of the village. The previous round of war destroyed many houses. But, Uchiha-jun's house miraculously escaped all the disasters and is still intact. So, Uchiha-jun doesn't need to find a new house. Just open the door of his room and walk in. However, before Uchiha-jun turned on the light, a figure quickly attacked Uchiha-jun. Looking for death, Uchiha-jun's face turned cold and he opened the Mangekyo Sharingan directly. Although, he felt very tired. However, his vigilance and reaction did not weaken at all. In an instant, a skeleton-shaped Susanoo wrapped Uchiha-jun. He also used the limited time amplification to strengthen Susanoo's defense tenfold. Clang! The assassin's kunai stabbed Uchiha-jun's Susanoo fiercely. It was like stabbing on steel, but it could never pierce Uchiha-jun's Susanoo. At this time, Uchiha-jun also saw the face of the person who assassinated him. Although the room was dark. However, this darkness was far from the pure black space created by Sarutobi Hiruzen's dark technique. Uchiha-jun's Sharingan could still see through the darkness and see who assassinated him. Uchiha Mikoto. It turned out to be her. Originally, I thought it was Sarutobi Hiruzen's diehard who wanted to assassinate me, but I didn't expect that it was you who attacked me, and Mikoto. Uchiha-jun sneered. He is only 3 years older than Itachi. He calls Mikoto, auntie. It's normal and reasonable. Uchiha Mikoto was exposed and her expression froze for a moment, but soon she became firm again. She stepped back quickly and formed seals with both hands. Fire style. However, her ninjutsu had not yet been released. Uchiha-jun had already manipulated Susanoo to strike like lightning. He grabbed Mikoto. Let me go. I'm going to kill you. Uchiha Mikoto screamed angrily while struggling. Unfortunately, she couldn't break free with her own strength. Susanoo grabbed her big hand. And Mikoto, do you hate me so much? Uchiha-jun leisurely turned on the lights in the room. Under the light, he looked at the beautiful woman caught by Susanoo. Hate, I wish I could tear you into pieces. Uchiha Mikoto glared at Uchiha-jun fiercely. Just because I killed your son Itachi. Then, do you know what he did to our Uchiha clan? Uchiha-jun sneered. Mikoto's body stiffened. She naturally knew what Itachi did to Uchiha. With the crimes he committed, it would not be too much to cut him into pieces. It seems that Aunt Mikoto still knows what her son has done. So, even if he does such an outrageous thing, you don't care, right? You only saw him being killed by me, but turned a blind eye and deaf ear to the crimes he committed. You only want to avenge him, right? Uchiha-jun sneered. Mikoto snorted coldly and did not refute Uchiha-jun's words. That's right, he is your son after all. You are a family, although we all have the surname Uchiha, but we are just outsiders to your family. At this moment, you are thinking this way. Itachi wants to kill you, so what? You should cooperate with Itachi to kill him. You dare to resist and kill him. You all deserve to die. Isn't that right? Uchiha-jun sneered. Mikoto's face changed slightly. Maybe Uchiha-jun said a little too much. But, Uchiha-jun was right in one thing, they are not as important as her son in Mikoto's heart. Then Aunt Mikoto, do you know that the targets that Itachi wants to kill this time actually include you and the Fugaku clan leader? Even so, are you still turning a blind eye to Itachi's evil? Uchiha-jun sneered. At this moment, Mikoto finally broke the defense. Besides Itachi, you also killed Fugaku. You said Itachi made a mistake, I admit it, but what about Fugaku? What mistake did he make that made you kill him so cruelly? Mikoto shouted angrily. If Itachi deserves to die because he raised a butcher knife against his own people, more than 400 people died in his hands. Then Fugaku deserves to die because he raised a son like a beast, because he is incompetent. He taught a genius son to become a fool. A few words of nonsense from others made him lose his way, and he arrogantly raised a butcher knife against his own people. It was because when his beast son slaughtered his people, he not only did not kill his relatives for the greater good, but also repeatedly protected his beast son and even wanted to kill me, a meritorious person. As a father, he failed, and as a clan leader, he did not fulfill his due responsibilities. If he doesn't die, who will die? Uchiha-jun said coldly. Even so, it can't change the fact that you killed my husband and my son. Mikoto screamed angrily. So, you are so foolish to assassinate me. Uchiha-jun sneered. I have to say, and Mikoto, your family is sick, and it's not a light illness. And Mikoto, if you are sick, you must treat it. Uchi sneered, and manipulated Susanoo's other hand to tear the cloth on Mikoto's body. What are you going to do? Mikoto's face suddenly changed, and she screamed nervously. I'll treat you. Looking at Aunt Mikoto's plump figure and slender and round thighs, Uchiha-jun's throat slid. He pressed Mikoto against the wall with Susanoo. Step by step. No, Uchiha-jun, you beast, let me go. And Mikoto, you are sick, I will treat you immediately. Even if I die, I will never let you succeed. As she said that, Mikoto wanted to bite her tongue to commit suicide. Uchiha-jun sneered. And Mikoto, don't you know that biting your tongue will not kill you? Besides, you don't want Sasuke to be in trouble, do you? Sasuke. Mikoto's determination suddenly stagnated. Yes, her husband and son did die. But, she still has a son. If she died, what would Sasuke do? And Mikoto, if you don't think about yourself, you have to think about your son. If you die here, do you think I will let your son Sasuke go? No, since your husband Fugaku and your eldest son Itachi have died in my hands, if you die here again, then your youngest son Sasuke and I will only have an irreconcilable feud, and there will be no room for maneuver. Do you think I will continue to let Sasuke grow up in this situation? Do you think I will give him a chance? Uchiha-jun sneered. Mikoto heard this and her whole body went cold. You can't do this, Sasuke is innocent. Mikoto panicked. The world is cruel, so there is no such thing as innocence. Uchiha-jun said. I was wrong, please let Sasuke go. Mikoto begged. You are not only wrong, but also sick. You need to receive treatment. Okay, let's end today's treatment here. Come over tomorrow night and see me for treatment. There is no other way to treat your disease. You can only slowly recuperate. When you are obedient, you will be fine. Uchiha-jun laughed. Yes, Mikoto trembled all over. In addition, after returning, teach Sasuke well. Transfer his hatred to Sarutobi Hiruzen, Shimura Danzo and other Konoha high-level officials. After all, if they hadn't fooled Itachi, instigated Itachi to do such an outrageous thing, I wouldn't have beaten him to death. Fugaku wouldn't have been killed for shielding Itachi. In the final analysis, all this is the fault of Sarutobi Hiruzen and others. Everything I do is just a counterattack of justice. Did you hear it? Uchiha-jun said to Mikoto. I heard it. Although Mikoto hated Uchiha-jun, she didn't dare to show it, and responded very cooperatively. I will test Sasuke from time to time. If you fail to teach him well, let him follow the old path of his brother Itachi. Then, don't blame me for being ruthless. Uchiha-jun said with a serious face. Mikoto realized that Uchiha-jun was not joking with her. She didn't dare to refute. So she nodded honestly and said, I know. Let's go. Uchiha-jun watched Mikoto leave his home staggeringly. Then he closed his eyes and fell asleep. Hey, after a busy day, I can finally sleep. On the other side, Mikoto just returned home. Sasuke, who had been waiting at home for a long time, saw Mikoto and couldn't suppress his emotions anymore. He rushed towards Mikoto with tears in his eyes. Mom. Mikoto was almost thrown to the ground. And what about Sasuke? After throwing himself on Mikoto, it seemed that he also smelled a strange smell. However, at this time, he was still young and didn't know what it was. In addition, he was really sad and confused at this time. He didn't care so much. He just burst into tears. The people in the clan said that my brother and father were dead. Is it true? It's true. Mikoto felt a prick in her heart. However, she still told Sasuke the truth with tears in her eyes. For a while, Sasuke cried even more sadly. Brother, Dad. After crying for a long time, Sasuke asked, Mom, those people said that my brother betrayed the family, attacked the clan members, and killed many clan members. Dad was an accomplice, so he was killed by Uchiha-jun, right? It's true. Mikoto responded again. Originally, she wanted to instill some words of hatred for Uchiha-jun in Sasuke. But, thinking of Uchiha-jun's cold eyes. Her heart trembled. She had already lost her husband and a son. She couldn't lose the last son again. She didn't dare to gamble again. Therefore, the thought that just came out was strangled by her in an instant. Although my brother betrayed the family, he shouldn't be beaten to death. Sooner or later, I will kill Uchiha-jun to avenge my brother and father. Sasuke's eyes flashed with hatred. Snap. As soon as Sasuke finished speaking, Mikoto slapped Sasuke on the cheek. Sasuke was stunned on the spot. He couldn't figure out why Mikoto hit him. Mom, why did you hit me? Sasuke looked at Mikoto with a face full of grievance. Sasuke, listen to me. Although your brother and father died at the hands of the Jun clan leader, our real enemy is not the Jun clan leader. Mikoto squatted down and said to Sasuke with a serious face. Correcting Sasuke's thoughts has reached a point where it is urgent. Otherwise, if Uchiha-jun knows that Sasuke hates him, thinking that when he grows up, he will kill him to avenge Itachi and Fugaku, Sasuke will be in danger. Our real enemy is not Uchiha-jun. Then who is it? Sasuke was stunned. Call the Chief Jun. Sasuke, remember this, our real enemies are Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo, those high-level people. At this point, Mikoto couldn't help but flash a trace of hatred in his eyes. Mikoto hated Uchiha-jun, but he also had no good feelings towards Sarutobi Hiruzen and other Konoha high-ranking officials. In fact, he hated them more than Uchiha-jun. If it weren't for their instigation and coercion, how could Itachi do such an outrageous thing? Uchiha-jun deserved death, but Sarutobi Hiruzen, Shimura Danzo and other guys deserved death even more. Sasuke looked at the hatred and anger in Mikoto's eyes. He suddenly realized that what Mikoto said was true. Sasuke, tell me, what kind of person is your brother in your eyes? Mikoto asked. Brother is the best, he is the genius of our Uchiha. Sasuke said without thinking. Maybe, your brother is the best to you, and he is also a genius passed down by the tribe, but in fact, your brother is not smart, even a little stupid. Mikoto said with some melancholy. Mom, brother is not stupid. Sasuke retorted. Listen to me first, Mikoto said. Okay. Sasuke curled his lips. Your brother has a good talent for training, and he is indeed a genius as others say. But, your brother is too naive. He believes whatever others say. People like Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo. They are insidious and cunning, with vicious minds. They figured out your brother's weaknesses early on. So they pretended all day long and instilled in your brother that the interests of the village are above all else, and that the family is narrow-minded, feudal, and everything is bad. As a result, your brother believed it. You should have felt it over the years. Your brother doesn't like the family. Mikoto said. Yeah, I feel it. Sasuke nodded. Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo, after brainwashing your brother to the point that he hates the family, are still not satisfied. What they want is to completely destroy our Uchiha family. Over the years, they have suppressed and excluded our Uchiha openly and secretly. This has made our clan members resentful. They used this kind of thing to accuse our Uchiha of being ignorant and not thinking about the overall situation in front of your brother. When they had done everything, they began to instigate your brother to take action against the family. As a result, your brother really took action. Tell me, is your brother stupid? Mikoto said angrily. Is this really my brother? Sasuke widened his eyes in disbelief after hearing Mikoto's words. Now you know what kind of person your brother is. Mikoto said. Brother is so stupid. If these words were said by someone else, Sasuke would definitely not believe it. He just felt that they were slandering his brother. But these words were said by Mikoto. And with strong emotional rendering, Sasuke believed it without any hesitation. At the same time, he also had less admiration for Itachi. More cognition. At least, he felt that if it was him, he would not be so easily brainwashed by others. I didn't expect you to be such a stinky brother. This is not only because your brother is stupid, but also because Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo, the high-ranking officials of Konoha, are too insidious and cunning. We wanted to take the initiative to repair the relationship with them, and out of trust, we handed your brother over to them for teaching. As a result, they took this opportunity to teach your brother like this. Sarutobi Hiruzen, Shimura Danzo, these fools are really worthy of death, they really deserve to die. Mikoto gritted her teeth and said. Sasuke, you remember, our enemies are Sarutobi Hiruzen and Shimura Danzo. If it weren't for them, your brother wouldn't have attacked the clan members, and if he hadn't, your brother and your father wouldn't have died. So, you must remember this hatred. In the future, if you meet Shimura Danzo, or perhaps someone from the Sarutobi clan, don't be soft-hearted and don't show mercy. You must kill them to avenge your brother and father. Mikoto said hatefully. Mom, I remember, I will definitely work hard, and when I grow up in the future, I will kill Shimura Danzo and the people of the Sarutobi family to avenge my brother and father. Sasuke gritted his teeth and assured Mikoto after hearing what Mikoto said. Sasuke is really a good boy for mom. Mikoto hugged Sasuke and shed tears silently. I don't know which one really made her cry. Mom, should I kill Uchiha-jun to avenge my brother and dad? After all, my brother and dad died in his hands. Sasuke was still thinking about Uchiha-jun. No, Sasuke, you have to remember that it was Chief Jun who saved our Uchiha family when the Uchiha family was in the most dangerous time. Do you see the broken houses outside and the dead people? Mikoto said. Mom, I saw it. Many of our clansmen died, and the enemy also died more. Sasuke said. Since you saw those corpses, you should understand how much the enemy wants to destroy our Uchiha clan. If there was no Chief Jun, maybe we would be the same as those dead clansmen. Chief Jun not only saved the family, but also saved us. So, facing Chief Jun, you must not only not hate him, but also be grateful for his life-saving grace. Do you understand, Sasuke? Mikoto said this to Sasuke. It was because she was afraid that Sasuke would not know the consequences and directly show his killing intention to Uchiha-jun. Uchiha-jun would find out. If such a thing really happened, it would be troublesome. I know, Mom. Although Sasuke was a little depressed, he still listened to Mikoto's words. You are such a good boy, Mom. Well, it's late now, go to bed. Mom has been busy all night, go take a bath first. Okay, Mom. Quote, Sasuke was suddenly enlightened when he heard Mikoto's words. No wonder there was a strange smell on my mother's body. It turned out that she was busy all night. I guess my mother must be very tired too. In that case, I won't disturb her. Thinking of this, Sasuke went back to his room. Then, thinking about Itachi and Yufu, he fell asleep with sadness without knowing it. Bathroom. Fugaku, forgive me, for Sasuke, I can only do this. Quote. Mikoto lay in the bathtub, murmuring weakly. Guiltily, unconsciously. The figure of Uchiha-jun floated up in her mind involuntarily. Uchiha-jun's barbarity, rudeness, and the motivation that never needs to rest. It's completely different from Fugaku. Fugaku and she have always been respectful to each other, very dogmatic, very old-fashioned, everything is as plain as a chrysanthemum. Why did I think of this? Quote, I must hate Uchiha-jun too much, so I want to see through these to see Uchiha-jun's weaknesses. Yes, that must be the case. The next day, early in the morning, a scent came. Uchiha-jun woke up from his sleep. What a nice smell. Uchiha-jun got out of bed and walked out of the bedroom. He saw the girl busy in the kitchen at the first sight. Izumi, Uchiha-jun called out unexpectedly. Clan, Jun-ji, you're awake. Izumi turned her head happily when she heard the voice behind her. She originally wanted to call the clan leader, but she quickly changed her words. This was Uchiha-jun's request. She didn't want to call him so strange. However, the moment she saw Uchiha-jun, Izumi was so embarrassed that she turned around quickly. Ah, Jun-ji, why don't you wear clothes and come out? Sorry, I didn't expect you to come. Uchiha-jun smiled awkwardly. Don't look at how domineering he was when he bullied Mikoto yesterday. But, he doesn't have the habit of walking his bird during the day. It's all Mikoto's fault. The treatment she gave her last night consumed too much energy. He fell asleep as soon as he lay down. He even forgot to put on his pants. Uchiha-jun laughed. He returned to the bedroom. At this moment, in Kwan's mind, the scene he saw when he turned around was still there. The image of the spear piercing the sky was too impactful. He kept deepening his memory in Kwan's mind. I didn't expect that Jun, who looks gentle and handsome, would have such a terrible thing. It's much bigger than what the textbook says. If I'm afraid it will hurt for a long time. Huh, why is there a burnt smell? Oh, no, my steak. 20 minutes later, Uchiha-jun had changed his clothes and washed himself. He sat at the dining table. Kwan also brought up the breakfast she had prepared. However, when she saw Uchiha-jun, she still felt shy. Kwan, why did you come so early? I really trouble you to make breakfast for me. Uchiha-jun glanced at Kwan and smiled faintly. He didn't mention anything about what happened just now. There was no embarrassment at all. I dozed off for a while, and when I woke up, I couldn't fall asleep, so I came here early. It just so happened that you didn't bolt the door. I just came in by myself. I saw that there were still a lot of ingredients in your refrigerator, so I made you breakfast by the way. Jun, come and try it and see how it tastes. Kwan said. Okay, I'll try it. Uchiha-jun said, and then tasted the breakfast made by Kwan. Today's breakfast is not milk sandwiches, but rice, miso soup, fish, tofu, fresh shrimp, beef. This is Uchiha-jun's food for a week. All of them were used by Kwan. Uchiha-jun didn't take it to heart. Not to mention that his status has changed a lot now. Just say it. The girl took the initiative to come and cook for you. You smiled secretly because you have something to eat. Do you still have to blame others for wasting too much food? After tasting it, it tastes good. Originally, Uchiha-jun, who had planned to praise Izumi even if she didn't cook well, didn't have to say anything against her will. He praised directly. Well, it tastes really good. I haven't eaten such delicious home-cooked food for a long time. Really, it's delicious. Jun brother, eat more. Izumi was very happy to hear Uchiha-jun's praise and quickly picked up some food for Uchiha-jun. Okay, Izumi, you eat more too. Uchiha-jun smiled faintly and also picked up a dish for Izumi. Although it is not popular to pick up food now. But, Uchiha-jun didn't dislike the food that Izumi picked up for him. He ate it happily with big mouthfuls. And Izumi didn't dislike the food that Uchiha-jun picked up for her and ate it happily. The two of them quickly became closer because of a breakfast. After nearly 30 minutes, Uchiha-jun put down his chopsticks. Touching her belly, she sighed, I'm so full. Izumi, it's all your fault. You made my belly so big. After tasting the breakfast you made, I can't eat the pig food I made myself. If you don't make breakfast for me in the future, I'm afraid I'll starve to death. Although I know that Uchiha-jun's words are a bit exaggerated. But, Izumi still can't help feeling happy. Without thinking, she responded, if Jun wants to eat, I'll make it for you every day in the future. After saying that, Izumi suddenly felt that there was something wrong with this. It was a bit too ambiguous. The little face flushed. In response, Uchiha-jun didn't refuse, and directly hit the snake with a stick. Smiled happily, okay, from now on, my breakfast and my stomach will be handed over to you, Izumi. Hi. Izumi didn't back down when he heard what Uchiha-jun said, and didn't say anything inappropriate, and responded with a red face. The two chatted for a long time. At this time, Kwan-zan changed the subject. Jun, you said that you can make me stronger. After what happened last night, Kwan is very eager to become stronger. Because all tragedies come from the lack of one's own strength. So, she is a little impatient to become stronger. Well, I do have a way to enhance your strength, and there is more than one way. The first is to transplant Sharingan. Yesterday, I collected several Mangekyo Sharingan. If you want, I can have someone replace it for you. The second way, my Mangekyo Sharingan can permanently increase a certain ability tenfold. Although I haven't tried it on outsiders, it should be usable. Uchiha-jun said in a deep voice. Just now he had communicated with his right eye Mangekyo. Found that the pupil power of the right eye has been restored. Can be used again. So, he mentioned the second plan. Just want to try it out. See if it can increase the power of others, or other things besides yourself. Kwan's eyes lit up when he heard Uchiha-jun's words. The first one is easy to say. After all, she also heard that Uchiha-jun killed Itachi and Fugaku last night. And Itachi and Fugaku both awakened Mangekyo Sharingan. Now, it is normal for Uchiha-jun to have Mangekyo Sharingan. But, the second permanent amplification is 10 times. What kind of magical skill is this? No wonder Junjie can beat Fugaku and Itachi. Junjie, can you choose both? Izumi asked with a chuckle. A breakfast really brought the two closer. Otherwise, Izumi would not dare to say such naughty words in front of Uchiha-jun. Although Izumi also knows that it is unlikely, what if it happens? You are quite greedy. No, Uchiha-jun smiled faintly, but he was not angry, but he did not agree with Izumi's choice. Okay, I choose the second one. Uchiha Izumi heard it, and he was not too disappointed, and he spoke without thinking too much. In fact, after Uchiha-jun said the second way to become stronger, Uchiha Izumi had already made a decision. Follow me. Uchiha-jun led Izumi to the underground secret room. After all, he was a ninja. So, it was normal to build a secret room at home. The lights were on. Uchiha-jun pulled out two puchuin from the corner of the secret room. One for himself and one for Izumi. Sit down. After the two sat down together, Uchiha-jun said, although my Mangekyo Sharingan can amplify many things, we need to consider the problem from the most fundamental perspective. So, what do you think can be amplified to improve your strength comprehensively? Uchiha-jun asked. Sharingan, Izumi said without thinking. That's right, as a member of the Uchiha clan, Sharingan is our foundation. Therefore, improving Sharingan is to improve our overall strength, Uchiha-jun said. So, this time, we will directly amplify Sharingan. Okay, Jun brother. Izumi had no objection at all and nodded quickly. Then, he looked at Uchiha-jun expectantly. Then let's get started. Yes, Izumi responded. Uchiha-jun directly opened the Mangekyo Sharingan. He looked into Izumi's eyes. Uchiha-jun directly invaded Izumi's eyes with his pupil power. They were connected. Then he released the permanent amplification power of the Mangekyo Sharingan. In an instant, an invisible energy poured out from Uchiha-jun's Mangekyo and quickly poured into Izumi's eyes. Soon, Izumi felt that his eyes began to feel warm and hot. Then, a sense of coolness burst out from the deeper levels of his eyes, pushing Izumi's Sharingan to begin to transform. However, what surprised Uchiha-jun was that the permanent amplification had stopped. But he could not cut off his pupil power that invaded Izumi's eyes. Even after releasing the permanent amplification, the pupil power began to flow uncontrollably into Izumi's eyes, attracted by Izumi's Sharingan. How could this happen? Was my guess wrong? No, my guess was right. My permanent amplification can indeed amplify Sharingan. The only thing I didn't expect is that amplifying other people's Sharingan will cause my own eye power to go out of control and be sucked away by the other party's Sharingan. Uchiha-jun felt like he had eaten a fly for a moment. Originally, he wanted to use permanent amplification to build a Mangekyo Sharingan army in a short period of time to sweep across the ninja world. As a result, things did not go as he wished. The burden of amplifying other people's Sharingan is too great. He has a feeling, after the eye power was swallowed by Izumi's Sharingan, even with high-speed regeneration, it may take a long time to fully recover. I don't know how long it took. The eye power in Uchiha-jun's Mangekyo Sharingan was drained away without a drop left. Mangekyo took the initiative to change back to 3 Magatama. After that, it was 2 Magatama, 1 Magatama. Finally it turned into pure black. For a while, Uchiha-jun also found it difficult to open Sharingan again. And Uchiha Izumi's Sharingan, at this time, completely changed from 3 Magatama to a big windmill. Jun brother, I awakened Mangekyo Sharingan. Izumi came back to his senses and looked at Uchiha-jun with surprise. Yes, you awakened Mangekyo Sharingan, but I lost a lot. Izumi, do you know that just now, when your Sharingan was transformed, it actually absorbed my pupil power. As a result, I can't open Sharingan now, Uchiha-jun said with a wry smile. What, is this true? Izumi was stunned. Then, he looked at Uchiha-jun with a guilty face and said, Jun brother, I'm sorry, I didn't know it would be like this. Don't blame you, I overestimated my ability. Uchiha-jun shook his head. What should I do now? Otherwise, Jun brother, you absorb my pupil power back. Izumi said. You can't take back what you gave away, and I don't have the recycling technology. Uchiha-jun shook his head and continued. By the way, what is your Mangekyo ability? The left eye is a limited time amplification, and the right eye is Tsukuyomi. Izumi said. What, also amplification? Could it be inherited from my pupil power? Uchiha-Jun was shocked. It should be, but unfortunately, the limited time amplification of the left eye cannot amplify the Tsukuyomi of the right eye. Izumi said with a look of regret. You are getting an advantage and being a good boy. Uchiha-Jun was speechless for a while. But, Izumi, since you have received such a great benefit, then you should thank me. Uchiha-Jun teased. How do you want me to thank you, Jun brother? Uchiha Izumi looked at Uchiha-Jun innocently and asked. Call Jun brother and let me hear it. Uchiha-Jun teased. Izumi's face turned slightly red. However, she still called out very well, Jun brother. Uchiha-Jun grinned. Then, one hand wrapped around Izumi's slender waist. Brother Jun. Izumi was moved by Uchiha-Jun's sudden move. But she didn't push Uchiha-Jun away. Izumi, next is the reward I want. As he said that, Uchiha-Jun kissed Izumi. Izumi's face flushed, and she closed her eyes quickly as she looked at Uchiha-Jun getting closer and closer. Uchiha-Jun gently kissed Izumi's pink lips. Izumi leaned on Uchiha-Jun, feeling Uchiha-Jun's heart. Her heart was filled with Uchiha-Jun's figure. As the saying goes, it's better to come at the right time than to come early. In fact, this time was exactly when Izumi felt the emptiest. Itachi suddenly went crazy and massacred the clan. Killed her mother. It also made Izumi hate him completely. One was the person she once admired, and the other was her most important relative. Now, both feelings are gone at the same time. There was an emotional hole in Izumi's heart, and she needed an emotional hole to fill it. At this time, Uchiha-Jun appeared. Naturally, she filled the void in Uchiha Izumi's heart. At this moment, Izumi's love for Uchiha-Jun came quickly and strongly. Brother Jun, we will be together forever, right? Izumi looked at Uchiha-Jun infatuatedly. Of course. Uchiha-Jun scratched Izumi's nose and smiled gently. By the way, Brother Jun, I forgot to ask you just now. Your pupil power was sucked away by me, so what should you do? Izumi asked with concern. Don't worry, after an hour of rest, my pupil power has recovered a little. The limited time amplification of my left eye can be used normally. Uchiha-Jun kissed Izumi's mouth corner with a little fluff. Compared with young women like Mikoto. Sure enough, the lips of a girl like Izumi are more tender. What about permanent amplification? Izumi asked again. It may take about 10 days and a half months to recover. Uchiha-Jun said. At this time, he had made up his mind. From now on, he would never help others amplify Sharingan again. This consumption is more terrible than amplifying himself. That is to say, he has high-speed regeneration. If he does not have this magical power, I am afraid that he will not be able to use this Sharingan again for 100 years. Moreover, when his pupil power is absorbed by others, his strength will be weakened accordingly. If someone has bad intentions towards him at this time, then he will be in danger. Although he may not die. But, the end will definitely not be good. He does not have the great sentiment of putting himself in danger in order to help others. Really, that's great. I'm really afraid that your Sharingan can't be used, and then it will be troublesome. Uchiha-Jun said. At this time, it is a time of trouble. If Uchiha-Jun cannot use Mangekyo Sharingan to suppress everything, that will be fun. Don't you still have you? If I can't use it, you can calm the situation for me. Uchiha-Jun teased. Brother Jun is just making fun of me. Although I have also activated the Mangekyo Sharingan, I can't do what you can do, Brother Jun, to release 10 Suzanos at the same time. The two of them were affectionate for a long time. Uchiha-Jun felt someone coming outside the house. After kissing Izumi on the corner of his mouth again, he said, someone is coming, let's go out first. Okay, Izumi responded and helped Uchiha-Jun put on everything. Then, they walked out of the secret room together. Although Izumi was Shichung's new love. However, he knew a little medical ninjutsu. After treating himself for a while, he took action without feeling any discomfort. Patriarch, are you awake? It was Uchiha Tiehuo who called out from outside. Awake, Uchiha-Jun responded, pushed open the door and walked out of the house with Uchiha Izumi. Uchiha Izumi held Uchiha-Jun's hand. The two were very intimate. Uchiha Tiehuo glanced at Izumi. I sighed in my heart, Quan is a very quick girl. She took down Jun just after he became the clan leader. It seems that I have to call her the clan leader's wife in the future. Hello, clan leader. Uchiha Tiehuo is here to listen to your orders. Uchiha Tiehuo said respectfully. You're welcome. Uchiha Jun waved his hand and then looked at the sky. The sun was still in the east, and the dew on the flowers and plants had not dried completely. It should be early, he immediately asked. Tiehuo, what time is it now? Clan leader, it's about 9:30 now. Uchiha Tiehuo responded immediately. Go and notify everyone to go to the meeting pavilion for a meeting. Uchiha Jun said, although the Uchiha clan likes to go to Nanga Shrine for any meeting. However, the Uchiha clan still has the necessary buildings in the clan land. The meeting pavilion is at the back of the clan land. It was not affected by the battle yesterday. It can still be used. Understood. Uchiha Tiehuo responded. Then he disappeared in front of Uchiha Jun. Izumi, let's go too. Uchiha Jun said to Izumi. Okay. Izumi responded sweetly. She took Uchiha Jun's hand and walked towards the meeting hall. Their speed was not fast. It could even be said to be slow. When they arrived at the meeting hall, almost all the people who should come had arrived. Chief Jun. Everyone in the meeting hall saw Uchiha Jun and Izumi coming, and immediately stood up and greeted Uchiha Jun. Then, they all looked at Izumi deeply. Izumi was not shy at all. She accepted everyone's attention openly. Strength makes people bold. Izumi, who opened the Mangekyo Sharingan, thought that she was now the second best of the Uchiha clan. Naturally, she would not feel insecure. At the same time, she also wanted to tell everyone. Uchiha Jun was already in a relationship. If you want to snatch someone from her, you don't stand a chance at all. Everyone came quite quickly. Please sit down. Uchiha Jun naturally didn't know Kwan's little thoughts, and said to everyone with a smile. Yes, everyone sat down after hearing this. In order to notify them, Uchiha Tiehuo used shadow clone technique to travel throughout the Uchiha clan in the shortest time. This was the first meeting held by Uchiha Jun. Those who received the notice naturally couldn't neglect it. They walked towards the meeting hall as soon as possible. So, they arrived faster than Uchiha Jun. After everyone sat down, Uchiha Jun walked to the main seat and sat down. He didn't like kneeling, so he sat cross-legged. And Kwan was pulled to his side by Uchiha Jun and knelt down. Compared with Uchiha Jun, Kwan still cares more about etiquette. Everyone looked at this scene. No one said anything. Just think of Uchiha Kwan as the future wife of the clan leader of their Uchiha clan. It's reasonable for the wife of the clan leader to sit next to the clan leader, isn't it? Uchiha Jun's eyes swept over all the Uchiha clan members. Uchiha Satsuna, Uchiha Tiehuo, Uchiha Yashira, and even Uchiha Mikoto were all there. In the past, Fugaku was the head of the family. Mikoto didn't need to attend the clan meeting. Now, Fugaku was dead, and she had to support a family. As the head of the family, she naturally had to come and participate. However, at this time, she seemed to be isolated. There were empty seats around her. No one wanted to sit near her. It's normal to think about it. Last night, Itachi went crazy and slaughtered the clan members, which completely annoyed all the Uchiha people. In addition, Uchiha Jun also killed Fugaku. They didn't know what Uchiha Jun's attitude was towards Fugaku's relatives. Naturally, they didn't want to get close to him, and they didn't dare to get close to him. Mikoto saw Uchiha Jun's eyes sweeping over, and seemed to see a hint of teasing in his eyes, and her beautiful cheeks couldn't help but blush slightly. No one noticed the little interaction between the two. Uchiha Jun retracted his gaze. He said, I believe everyone knows what happened last night. Although we Uchiha suffered heavy losses, we also successfully killed Sarutobi Hiruzen, scared away Shimura Danzo, killed 2 major advisors, and also destroyed the 3 clans of Shimura, Tachina, and Mito. Now, Konoha's power has an unprecedented window period. As the leader, we Uchiha will take over the entire Konoha next, and we also have the responsibility to lead Konoha out of difficulties and complete the great revival. Uchiha Jun said, Long live the clan leader. Everyone cheered when they heard Uchiha Jun's words. There were even many clan members who were in tears. Because their Uchiha clan's long-cherished wish for many years is finally coming true. Now I will arrange the tasks. Uchiha Jun said. Yes, everyone said excitedly. Elder Setsuna, wait a minute, you take some people to take over the finance, medical, and other important departments. Yes, clan leader, I will take control of all those departments in the hands of our Uchiha clan as soon as possible. Uchiha Setsuna stood up excitedly and responded. Uchiha Jun motioned Uchiha Setsuna to sit down, and then looked at Uchiha Yasada. Yashida, you led some people to re-establish the security department and take over the security of the entire Konoha. Yes, clan leader. Uchiha Yasada quickly stood up and responded excitedly. It's finally his turn to be promoted. Now, our Uchiha clan is short of manpower. Yasada, you can invite ninjas from the Hyuga, Aburame, and Inazuka clans to join the security department, and you can also give them a deputy minister position. Uchiha Jun said. But, clan leader, the police department has always belonged to our Uchiha clan. Isn't it good to let others join? Yasada heard this, but said with some embarrassment. Open your eyes a little. From now on, the whole Konoha will belong to our Uchiha clan. Don't keep staring at the small piece of land of the security department. That's useless. Besides, with so few people like us Uchiha, can we occupy all the positions? Uchiha Jun glared at Uchiha Yashura with some regret. Yes, I understand. Uchiha Yashura felt ashamed after hearing what Uchiha Jun said. Yes, we already own the whole Konoha. Why should we only stare at the small piece of land of the police department? It's too useless. Tetsuho, wait a minute, you led some people to notify the people of the major families and the civilian Jonin to come to the Hokage building for a meeting. Uchiha Jun said. Yes, Uchiha Tiehuo responded immediately, although, Uchiha Jun did not give him any official position. But he believed that Uchiha Jun would never treat him unfairly. And Mikoto. At this time, Uchiha Jun set his eyes on Uchiha Mikoto. Here, Mikoto was startled and stood up quickly. You are the wife of the former clan leader, you should have some management experience. Next, you will lead the old and young women and children in the clan to clean up all the intact and ownerless houses in the clan, and then make a statistics to see how many vacant houses we have in Uchiha, and whether they are enough to live in. Uchiha Jun said. The battle last night, nearly half of the houses in the Uchiha clan were destroyed. Although, the surrendered ninjas cleaned up the ruins and garbage. And rebuilt some new houses. However, there was still a vacant area on the clan land. Last night, many people had squeezed together, so Uchiha Jun made this arrangement. Understood. Mikoto responded. Everyone was surprised to see that Uchiha Jun did not exclude Mikoto because of Itachi and Fugaku. He even entrusted her with an important task. For a while, they were thinking about it, secretly guessing the cause of the matter, and at the same time changing their attitude towards Mikoto. That's all I want to say. Do you have anything to add? Uchiha Jun said. Patriarch, how should we deal with the wealth we collected from the three major families yesterday? At this time, a middle-aged clan member stood up and asked. Uchiha Jun glanced at the man. He knew this middle-aged man. He had average talent, although he was already in his 30s. But, he was still just a chunin. Sharingan only opened 2 Magatama. This seemed to be his limit. However, his family had a lot of people. In addition to an elderly mother, he also had 5 children, plus his wife. There are 8 people in this family. But he is the only laborer in this family. Moreover, the Uchiha family is excluded and suppressed by the Konoha high-level officials. Therefore, they often don't get any good tasks, although they have the family's support. But life seems to be quite tight. So, he really needs some money to supplement the family expenses. Uchiha Jun understood his idea instantly. He looked at the others and found that many people, like him, showed their desire for the wealth collected yesterday. He couldn't help but sigh, although Uchiha is the first powerful family in Konoha. But not every family is rich. There are many people who live in tight conditions. He smiled and said, the wealth we collected yesterday can be distributed now. Well, let's divide it into 3 parts. The first part is 40%, which belongs to the public. The second part is 30%, regardless of gender, age or young, all members of the tribe have a share. Let's divide it equally. The third part is 30%, which belongs to all the tribe members who shed blood and sweat and fought yesterday. Does everyone have any objections to this division? Long live the tribe leader. When everyone heard Uchiha Jun's words, they had no objections and cheered directly. Okay, it's settled. Elder Setsuna, have we counted the wealth we collected yesterday? Uchiha Jun asked. Yesterday, after several groups of people who collected wealth came back, all the money was finally handed over to Uchiha Setsuna for management. So it's right to ask him. No, there were a lot of treasures collected yesterday. We are short of manpower and cannot count them all in such a short time. Uchiha Setsuna said. Then there's nothing we can do. Uchiha Jun said. How about this, Elder Setsuna, take out 10 million first, and let Aunt Mikoto manage it. If the family has difficulties, they can get an advance from Aunt Mikoto to deal with it first. The rest, we will distribute it slowly after we are done. Uchiha Jun said. The wealth looted yesterday was at least more than 1 billion. Now, taking out 10 million is just a drop in the bucket. There will be no situation where it cannot be taken out. Okay, Uchiha Setsuna glanced at Mikoto, and then responded calmly. Mikoto, this woman, still has some means. She said she would let go of the hatred of killing her husband and son. And she hooked up with Jun without us knowing. Alas, I was thinking about marrying my granddaughter to Jun, but I didn't expect that in less than a day, 2 women had already taken action. And they all succeeded. Uchiha Setsuna was moving in his mind. Although there is no evidence. But in the current situation, if Mikoto and Uchiha Jun are not hooking up, Uchiha Setsuna will not believe it even if he is beaten to death. In fact, Uchiha Setsuna is not the only smart person. At this time, others also vaguely guessed that Mikoto and Uchiha Jun were hooking up. Otherwise, there would be a grudge of killing husbands and sons. Why did Uchiha Jun not only not reject Mikoto, but also attach so much importance to her? As expected of Mrs. Mikoto, she is beautiful and has means. She used to be the wife of the clan leader, and I'm afraid she will still be the wife of the clan leader in the future. Fortunately, I didn't offend her before, otherwise, she would have made things difficult for me. Izumi seemed to have noticed something wrong and curled her lips. However, in the end, nothing was said. Although there are many people in this world who are monogamous. But, it doesn't say that one person can't have multiple wives. Especially in those daimyo, lords, and nobles, having many wives and concubines is no longer a new thing. With Uchiha Jun's strength and status, it is also normal to have multiple women. But the position of the first lady must be mine. Uchiha Jun was not interested in knowing what those people were thinking. Reborn once. Naturally, I have to live freely. If I have to care about other people's opinions in everything. Because. Isn't that the same as the last life? Wouldn't it be a waste of time to travel through time? Does everyone have any other opinions? Uchiha Jun asked. Everyone shook their heads when they heard this. Since there is nothing else, let's disband. The meeting was disbanded and everyone left. In the huge meeting room, only Uchiha Jun and Izumi were left. Brother Jun, what is your relationship with Aunt Mikoto? I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.